Welcome to the Cherry Picker, the horror movie podcast where we like to kill people, but not really. I'm your host, Zack Cherry. With me, as always, is
Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Dawn of the Dead, The Hills Have Eyes, Amityville Horror, Last House on the Left, Friday the 13th, A Nightmare on Elm Street, My Bloody Valentine, When a Stranger Calls, Prom Night, Black Christmas, House of Wax, The Fog, Piranha. It's one of those, right? Right? Eddie of Edward is Truth.
and today we are talking about the top 10 best years in horror. I still don't get the correlation with the
Because
quote,
it's just horror movies.
Yeah,
There was no
okay.
one single quote. And
Because it was a remake, yeah.
I asked our feed to say a quote. If they typed a quote, I was going to say it, and they typed that one. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
But yeah,
Give the people what they want.
the top 10 best years in horror. I feel like saying
Yeah.
best was a little redundant in it. The top 10 years in horror.
The top 10
Isn't best.
Or you could say top 10 worst years.
I I see videos like the top 10 worst. I'm like, well, wouldn't that be the bottom 10?
Bottom
Yeah,
10.
yeah.
Or yeah.
Um, anyway, this is our Patreon's choice episode. This was nominated by Eric Champney and it received most of the votes. If that is new to you, something that we do on the Patreon community is once a month, we will hand it over to the Patreon community and just keep saying Patreon community.
Just keep saying
And
it.
and yes, and you will nominate the movie or theme, depending on your tier level, of which you would like us to discuss, and then it will be put to poll. Put to poll. Is that a thing that people say?
Yes, the top 10 years in horror that exist, says Amethyst.
Yes.
As opposed to years that do not exist.
Yes.
Asks Laura.
Well, I
Darla.
mean, not, I guess we're putting a cap at 2025 because we don't know
Who knows?
we don't know what's going on next
Wouldn't that be
year.
freaky if I said 2030 and that just left it at that? No
Yeah.
explanation.
I would need context.
Everybody would have to wait. I'd be like, just wait. Oh, just wait for 2030. And then
2030.
y'all know in the back of your mind, once 2030 rolled around, you'd be like, what are the releases? Eddie said 2030 was going to be huge.
Yeah. Well,
Watch
I
now
know,
if it isn't, everybody's going to be
I
disappointed.
mean, next year we've got Scream 7. Scream
Yeah,
7.
or Sis 7 Ream. Yeah.
Yeah, we've
Where we do it.
we've got the new Exorcist, the Mike Flanagan.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Go either
By the
way.
way,
It could go either way.
speaking of Scream 7, did you see Marco Beltrami posted the score?
Absolutely not. I didn't see that in everybody's Instagram story that I follow.
Why are you being like this?
No, because
Why are you like
everybody
this?
shared it. I think I'm the only one who didn't share it because I was like, well, what's the
Yeah.
point?
Yeah, but
Everybody's got it.
you
So
listen to it, right?
nope. I heard like a taste of it, and it sounded like Scream.
It
Sounded
sounds like
Marco
Scream.
Beltrami. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, that's all I need to know. So I didn't. I
Yeah.
listened no further because I, you know me. No trailers beforehand if I can help it, especially if the ticket is already sold. I don't need to know more to get me excited about it.
The
I
ticket is
will.
already bought.
The ticket is bought. It's already
Yeah.
bought, and I will. But yeah, we'll see. We'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. But yeah, 2026, who knows? So before we get into this, we'll jump back to the Patreon of it all again. So Patreon is really cool because what it allows us to do is to kind of grease this engine, keep it running. And I'd love to do this podcast for as long as possible. And the reason that it happens is because of all the fine people, folks alike, who are
Yeah.
supporting on my Patreon. And many of them are here with us tonight as we record this live. And what's great about that is that, that is a perk that you get. You can join us for these live streams and be part of the conversation, clap back and, put us in our place or, egg us on or,
Because everybody's so clappy in our.
yeah,
I mean, but there are
yeah.
people who disagree with us every now and then, and that's pretty cool.
And then we push the eject button and where did No, just kidding.
Block.
Yeah. We No, it's a wonderful community. A lot of people have met each other through that, such as Sam and Garrison, for instance. They have their own podcast as well, Informed Decisions. So it's really cool. And I was just
Yay.
on that as a guest. We were talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer franchise. What are you
Yay.
doing?
I'm
I don't know.
applauding.
Is that applause?
Community, yeah. Well, when I applaud and it makes noise, you get
Yeah.
upset.
I get upset in general.
That's true.
There's just like it's yeah. There's no end to
It's
the amount of upsettion. Up,
upset. Ooh, obsession. I like
obsession.
that. Because it
Yeah,
sounds like
obsession.
obsession, but it's obsession.
Or
Uh,
inception. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
I like it better the other way.
Yeah.
Keep
But
going.
anyway, lots of benefits for being a Patreon supporter,
Yeah.
including the aforementioned Patreon's Choice every month. You can nominate the movie or theme, and we'll talk about it like we are right now today, or we will be as soon as I get through the rest of these announcements for y'all. You're just like,
I'm
whatever.
I'm so ready to silently applaud for the
The
Patreon
page.
Patreon trons.
Patreon.com/Zack Cherry, ZackCherry, just in case. Yeah. Hmm?
And
And and well, let's just shout out the top tier supporters because that is part of the benefits of being a patron supporter as well. So just get this list out here. Thank you very much to the Michael Myers supporters. So Kyle Beard, Ali Hamouche, Shane Allingham, Tim McKay, Stephanie Starbright, Horslet 95, Traj 125, Austin Hall, Cara Day, or is it Cara? Cara Day. Like
sure.
in a Halloween 6, the mom's just like Cara.
Kara
And
stroke.
everyone else calls her Kara. Kara, Kara.
Hmm.
And Michael Boswell. So thank you to my Michael Myers tier supporters. And then we also have the Ghost Faces. So thank you very much to Eric Champney, Sam Levy, Daniel Saturn, Baby Ghoul, Garrison Nichols, and Craig Lynn.
Yay!
We're not talking about a singular movie, so there is no premise or any of that
Mm-mm.
stuff. And I
No
mean,
physical media. Just figure it out, folks. If you hear a title you
we
like.
we will say that we everything that we're talking about, we are going based off of Letterboxd, just in terms of like year releases, because there's some like for
Yes.
instance, Paranormal Activity. I don't know if you know this, because I think that came out in what 2009, 2010 theatrically, but it's listed as like a 2007 movie. Did you know
Is
that?
it?
Yeah,
Oh, it
because
is.
that was
Yeah.
when it yeah,
Yeah.
that's when it premiered.
Yeah.
So, there is Your Next is another example of that because that's a 2011 film, but it didn't like theatrically premiere until
Yeah, there's a few where it's pretty
2013.
sketchy. I went through every title I could
Every
on
time.
Letterboxd,
Yeah.
and if I couldn't get a confirmation, out it went. It's not part of the case I'm making. So there you
Yeah.
go.
Also, even though this episode is called the top 10 best years in horror, it's entirely subjective because this is
Yeah.
just like our best, our favorites, and it's also, not a shared opinion. I will have my top 10, Eddie, you will have yours. But
Yeah,
we're also, this was a hard assignment to do,
it
admittedly,
was.
and there
Took time.
were, some years that we, had to nix from the list. And
Yeah.
I think what we're going to do is just some quick honorable mentions and maybe some dishonorable mentions because there's some awful years in horror too. So
That's
you,
all Zach.
yeah, I mean,
I
well,
would have prepared dishonorable mentions, but I was just trying to find the best, and then as I
yeah,
started to strip things away, I ended up with honorable
your
mentions only.
your glass half full, I'm glass half empty.
Well, just in terms of
You're
what I
the
was
you're
looking
the you're
for.
the you're the you're the shadow. I'm the sun.
Take her place. I, yeah, but no, I mean, I would have come up with bottom ones if I knew,
Hmm.
but I just, yeah, there were no years that I looked at where I was like, well, that sure isn't worth looking at
Yeah,
anymore. I could
no.
find something from every single year where I was like, I would totally watch that, but some of them were like some single movie years, predominantly
Hmm.
early 20th century for me. I was just kind of like, oh yeah, a bunch of these I don't need, but that's just me. Um, how do you want to do this?
Uh, well, give me a year. Give me an honorable mention year.
Okay.
Hmm.
First honorable mention year that almost made the list. I put in the year 2000 because it has. I'm just going to list the flicks that put it even in consideration. American Psycho, Final Destination, Ginger Snaps, Hollow Man, non-guilty pleasure, but I feel kind of guilty that I'm not guilty about it.
Okay.
Um, Psycho Beach Party, one of my faves. Scary Movie, and Scream 3, What Lies Beneath, which we covered on this pod,
Yeah.
and the Ed Gein movie with Steve Railsback playing Ed Gein. Still to this day, I have it on VHS somewhere up
Let's
here.
maybe not
Hands
like
out.
dwell too much on this because spoiler alert, I picked 2000 as a year and you're like stealing my thunder right
Okay.
now.
And the last one I put was just for dumb gay fun, Voodoo Academy. It's a Dave Dakota flick where they just strip down to their underwear and feel their bodies while they're asleep.
Isn't
That's the
that's the one
movie.
with Chase Crawford, right?
That's the one with Huntley Ritter from Bring It On for sure. Which one's
What's the
Chase
one with
Crawford?
Chase Crawford from Gossip Girl? He was in one of those
Oh, I don't know from Gossip Girl,
David
so I wouldn't even.
Dakota.
Dakota?
I think it's Dakota.
He says Dakota.
I,
I watched the commentary.
Dakota, Dakota, tomato, tomato, you know.
I think it's just a name that he works under anyway. But
Yeah.
yes, it's not a good movie, but I liked watching the guys writhe 20 years ago.
Yeah.
So
Of
that's one from
course.
me. What about one from you?
Um, well, I mean, I don't think that my top 10 is going to really surprise many people. But I wanted to do a few honorable mentions for some newer years. Because there has been some good stuff. I don't necessarily feel lately. I
Mm.
know a lot of people would disagree. Um, but did you just do one or are we going to
I
do
just did one.
one?
I
Okay,
have.
I'll do one. I'll go with 2022.
Okay.
And I picked 2022 because there was some bangers that came out there. We've got X and
Mm,
Pearl, obviously. I'm just
right.
pulling it up on my screen here. The Menu, Nope.
Mm,
Even though Nope is probably like not my, it's at the bottom of the Jordan Peele releases that have come out so far, but worthy enough to mention. Smile. We talked about that in the podcast, and even though like that, I feel is kind of middling at this point,
mhm.
it was a huge deal. It was a movie that they were going to put right to streaming, and then they're like,
Right.
no, let's put it in the theater, and it blew up. We've also got Scream 2022, which again, like it reignited a a sleeping franchise.
Sure.
We've got Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. Threegan is listed here. I mean, not that I'm a fan, but I think that maybe it originally came out in 2022 because it was a January
It
release,
was.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got Barbarian.
Mm,
Talk to Me is listed
mm,
on here too. I think that's another case where it like premiered in 2022, was released the year later.
mm.
Speak No Evil. I actually like that one, like the original, the Danish. What is it, Danish?
Ooh.
The foreign one.
Okay.
And not that it was my bag, but there's Skinamarink, which was a huge
Right.
deal for people. Like that's the thing. I think that the things that people are talking about in 2022 are way more innovative than maybe like the last couple of years.
Mm,
Terrifier 2 is a big thing.
right.
Halloween Ends for just like how notoriously divisive it was.
It's become the easiest one for me to
Yeah.
watch out of that trilogy, ironically enough.
And it's my favorite out of that trilogy, but it's, I don't think it's great. But I mean, like, it's say what you will about the movies of that year, like they are memorable
Yeah.
and people talked about them and they still talk about them. So,
Okay. I got
yeah.
one more year that I can go into. I mean, I have three others. I can just do them real
Well,
quickly.
let's, you know, unless you have a dishonorable.
No, I don't. So,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I can just say the years then,
Okay.
because people were mentioning. I saw in the feed speculating that 1960, whether that was going to be mentioned or not. It was on my
Mm,
original roster, but there were just others that had more to them. But 1960, for obvious reasons, 1975 and 1932 were the other years that I was considering. What's your
75
dis
and sorry, what
seven,
was the other one?
75, 32, and 60 were my three.
Okay. Well, 60 is Psycho,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. 75, we got Jaws, Deep Red,
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Horror.
Mm-hmm. The Stepford Wives and Trilogy of Terror.
Okay. Oh, that's a
Yeah,
good year. I mean, I don't care for Jaws, but
I know you don't.
controversial, yeah. What's 32 is what, Frankenstein?
No, 31 was Frankenstein and
Yeah.
Dracula, but 32 just because of the sheer number of them. Freaks, Island of Lost Souls, The Mummy, The Most Dangerous
Uh,
Game, Murders in the Rue Morgue, White Zombie, The Old Dark
Moiders in the Rue
House.
Morgue.
Yes,
Yeah.
and Vampire or
Yeah.
Vampire. So yeah,
Okay.
pretty
Cool.
badass.
Um, okay, let's get into the dishonorable mentions here. I think the one that like for me, and what's interesting about Letterboxd is like generally when you go search by year, it'll go most popular first. So like I have it just set to horror, like of the horror
Mm-hmm.
genre. The most popular horror movie in 1993 is Jason Goes to Hell, followed by Leprechaun. So I think based on the fact that it's like the pickings are so slim that those are like the top of the list for 1993,
Mm-hmm.
it makes me inclined to say that that is probably one of the worst years in horror. Just to name a few other ones, there's Body Snatchers,
Mm-hmm.
the one with Meg Tilly. Uh, The Good Son is on here. I haven't seen that movie in a while. That's
Oh God.
yeah,
I
Macaulay
remember it
Culkin.
being a slog when I was in my teens, but whatever. It was just like Macaulay Culkin being a shit and Elijah Wood making his eyes real big to look scared.
Yeah.
And his eyes are already big, so yeah.
Yeah, Return of the Living Dead 3, Body
Mm.
Bags, Trauma, Dario Argento's. But yeah, it's just like there's just nothing. I think the two movies that I like the best from this year are When a Stranger Calls Back, which was like a TV movie
Oh, yeah,
sequel
yeah,
to the original, and then there's also Witchboard 2, which I watched. It's one of the first horror movies I saw, but I watched it again recently, and it's actually
yeah. Mm.
pretty decent. I enjoyed it. The filming location for that is the same exteriors that they use in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for the pub. Just a little fun trivia there.
Yeah.
Um, Other dishonorable, yeah, I don't really like 2012.
Okay.
Prometheus came out that year.
Oh, I like Prometheus. Okay.
I've only seen it once, but I was finding it very hard to pick. I mean, we got Sinister in that year as well. Like it's not like sifting through ash, but it's still, it's not great. Paranormal Activity 4, Resident Evil
Mm.
Retribution,
Mm.
like just not House at the End of the Street.
Oh, that one was
I'm
fun. I never watched it again after the
yeah.
theater, but I remember, I think it was one of my first times I saw, what's his name?
Yeah.
Thigh Riot. Dylan
The
from
riot.
Max Thigh Riot. Yeah, however you say his last name.
Yeah, what the Wes Craven, My Soul to Take.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
Bates Motel. He played Dylan in Bates Motel.
Yeah. And I'm also not really fond of 2008, but I think there's yeah, a lot of the mid to late 2000s are kind of tricky for me, but
Okay, makes sense.
yeah, Garrison is saying 2011 had a bad one. Uh,
Okay.
I don't remember what came out in 2000. 2011 is, well, I mean, You're Next. Scream 4. Oh, Garrison notoriously hates Scream 4, so that makes sense.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Way to throw
Yeah.
Garrison under the bus.
That's not throwing Garrison under the bus. Garrison is a out and proud Scream 4 hater.
Dis advocate.
Yeah, so, The Thing prequel came out that
Oh
year.
God.
Cabin in the Woods.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyway, well, let's get into it proper. And I think that what we're gonna do is we're gonna go chronologically because it's just too hard
Ooh.
to rank this stuff. So
Okay.
yeah, let's do that.
Um, hold on. Let me look at your list. This will help us determine who goes first.
Well, it doesn't, your chronological to my chronological.
But what if we have a year in common? I guess we'll just sit quiet and let the other one
Well,
talk.
if we have a year in common, then I'll also say like, yeah, I had that one too, and then we'll just talk about it
Okay. Oh,
together.
actually, you know what? I don't think it's going to be an issue. Okay, I just double checked. All right,
Perfect.
whoever goes first goes first.
Go for it.
All right.
Yeah.
My first year is 1980.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. Nice.
So I have a roster here.
Yeah. I
'Cause
I I also have 1980, so this is a shared year
cool.
for us. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we can just have a dialogue about it because this is
Yeah.
the thing. One of the things that motivated me and that I prioritized while I was comprising these lists was uh, like best year in horror. So I'm just thinking like, what would it be like to exist in that year and have like just kind of like one option after another, after another, after another, that is something that you would want to reach for, and even something that might satisfy multiple appetites. I like a
Mhm.
variety in my year. If everything coming out in a particular year seemed to only scratch one itch, not as great a year for me as something that can kind of like get everybody covered. So just putting that out there. They only say it because the first title that I have listed is a movie that I have not seen, but that is legendary, and that even if people see it and dislike it, everybody has a strong reaction to it, and that's Cannibal Holocaust. There's also Altered States, directed by Ken Russell. Fade to Black, which I referenced numerous times when we discussed Max XXXteen.
Mm.
The Fog, Inferno, Friday the 13th, Maniac with Tom Savini in it, about he doesn't play the guy, but the guy who scalps women. The Changeling, Prom Night, Mother's Day, rape revenge flick that I'm not usually partial to those, but it's on
Wasn't
the
that from
map.
Trauma, like Troma, the studio?
From Trauma.
Trauma? I always got
I don't remember if
Trauma.
it was, I don't remember. Yeah, Trauma sounds
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Trauma. But I don't remember. But also Motel Hell with the pig mask hicks that like make
Hmm.
seasoned people. The Shining, Terror Train, and The Watcher in the Woods, which I used to watch all the time when I was a little boy. I would rent, it's the Betty Davis, I think it was a
Yeah.
Disney release,
Yeah.
and yeah, classified as a horror movie. So I think that's just like a pretty stacked year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, this is also what's interesting about 1980s. This was kind of like the year of Jamie Lee Curtis
Oh yeah.
because we had five horror films or was it five? I'm gonna look through it here, but I guess the four actually that came out
Okay.
after Halloween, and this was sort of like she was just in everything because she couldn't get any work
Right.
aside from that, and they were like, okay, let's put her in that. So yeah, you already mentioned like The Fog,
Hmm.
Prom Night, Terror Train, also Road Games, which is like not
Right.
really horror. She counts it as horror. Like I saw an interview where she was just like, yeah, I did like six horror films in the span of like this much time.
Yeah.
The other two, I guess, being Halloween one and two.
Mm.
So like that alone is just like a huge deal because it's just like the year of the Scream Queen.
Hmm.
The Shining, absolute like The Shining is just like massive. And one thing, like when I was picking years, like there's
Mm.
some years that like maybe something like really great came out, but it's not just it doesn't just land on one movie. Like there has to be like multiple releases that count as it. And if like The Shining came out in a year where there wasn't really anything else going on, it would be hard to justify picking that. But just
Right,
since we
yeah.
we do have Friday the 13th here, we do have
Hmm.
Inferno, which is more niche, more European for us Argento fans.
Yeah.
Just looking at the letterbox here, they have Death Ship, which I've never seen, but that's the cover art that people thought Ghost Ship was a remake of. It's like
Right,
the same
right.
like skull on the bow of the ship here.
Hmm.
I think, you mentioned the Changeling and Maniac, Altered States, City of the Living Dead, which I've never seen. Um,
Yeah, I haven't seen that one, no.
Alligator, I have seen. Not really my thing.
Okay.
Um, Motel Hell is interesting. I have that one and I've seen it.
Uh,
Never seen New Year's Evil.
no, I haven't seen that one
Um,
yet either.
but yeah, it's just like it's a very colorful year. Oh, also, and this is no affiliation with me and the movie that I made with Eric, but there's Macabre, which
Yeah.
is the alternate title for it is Frozen Terror. This
Mm.
is a who's the director of it? I don't keep forgetting his name, but it's an interesting film. It's not great, but if you know that Instagram account, Jeffrey Mixed, or it might be like Handle the Socks. It's one of those two. And there's a clip of like the daughter, and they're like in New Orleans, and she's like, "Am I crazy, mommy? What about you? What about it? Like, do you think what you got in that freezer is normal?
Oh,
No."
yes, right, right.
And her eyes bug out. She's like, "You're crazy."
Can I also tell you, in my research, I think I came across maybe three other films that are named Macabre, and I was like, "Wow, that's so cool! You're part of
Yeah.
an unofficial like default family now. It's nice."
Yeah, well, I mean, the initial Macabre, I believe, is the William Castle one,
Hmm. Hmm.
which I have not seen. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's a cool word, it's a
Yeah,
cool title.
absolutely. Shall we move on to the next year?
Yeah, you go right on ahead, or do you want me
Okay.
to?
It's not going to matter, I tell you.
Oh, okay, okay, sure.
Because my next year is 1981. I think it can
I
be
and
really
I
telling,
Yeah, me too.
like
Yeah.
what era I grew up in, considering
Yes.
since we're moving chronologically and what we're discussing. But I mean, again, like here this year, we've got like American Werewolf in London, The Evil Dead, Friday the 13th Part 2, The Fun House, Toby Hooper's movie with Elizabeth Barrett, who I fucking love, and Halloween 2, Ghost Story with Fred Astaire and Patricia Neal, Happy Birthday to Me, The Howling, My Bloody Valentine, Omen 3, The Final Conflict, which I still find the fucking baby chasing scene, like that whole sequence, chilling. Scanners by Cronenberg, Graduation Day with Linnea Quigley, the fencing mask killer. And not her, but someone. And
Yeah.
then Home Sweet Home, Thanksgiving horror, and one of Joe Zito, I think it was his second horror film that he did, Josie Doe,
Josie
the
Doe.
the Prowler, the movie that
Yeah.
basically granted him access to Friday the 13th, the final chapter. So,
Yeah. Also, Amethyst is saying, even though it's the horror, it's culty, but Mommy Dearest came out 81. We
ooh,
also
I didn't
have
even think about listing that one. That's great.
Yeah, we also have Possession. Possession is actually at the top of the list. It's like in terms of like the most
Mm,
popular.
nice.
Yeah, followed by The Evil Dead, American Werewolf, Halloween 2, Scanners, Friday the 13th Part 2, The Beyond, The
Mm, oh
Burning is on
yeah,
there, Dead
right.
and Buried. It's just like it. horror was really fun at this point, and like the key art for all these movies is also like
Oh
really
God.
spectacular.
Yeah.
Dark Night of the Scarecrow, Madman, Just Before Dawn, Deadly Blessing, the Wes Craven one with Sharon Stone.
Oh
Did you ever see that one?
wow. No,
It's
I never
not
saw that one.
it's not great, but it's entertaining, and
Mm-hmm.
there's he can do worse. Hell Night, the one with Linda Blair.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, and oh my God, you mentioning the key art, like what an incredible era to just like own horror posters. Like your room could have looked
Yeah.
so tricked out and so cool if you were like
Hmm.
coming up at this time. And I was too young at that point to like be going to see these movies, but if I got to go back at any point in a year, confident that like whatever would be playing at the movie theaters, there'd be something of interest. This is another winner for me. It's just
Yeah.
so chock full. Like no matter what month of the year you go, you're probably gonna strike gold, you know?
Yeah. I've never seen Wolfen,
No, I haven't.
but yeah,
Wolfen, I
that's
don't.
on it. It's a werewolf
Okay,
movie. I would assume.
I would hope so.
Graduation Day, just like listing things like Randy. Um, Final Exam, Student Bodies. I'm sure all of those are like in his Scream 2 speech.
Yeah.
You mentioned Happy Birthday to Me as well. Love
Mm-hmm.
that one. The
That
key
was
art for
fun.
it is like the shish kebab and the yeah.
Yeah.
We should cover that one at some point. Of course, like both of our birthdays are coming up, but I think we have other
Yeah.
plans. Um, Venom, never seen that. Is that like a snake situation? Oh, the original Scream. Uh,
Oh,
not
that
the
one.
not the the Scream that we know and love, but there's another movie called Scream that came out in
Hmm.
1981. Never seen it, but I'm kind of inclined to, you know?
That's another thing is that there were movies, as I was doing my research, I'd come across films whose names I've heard over and over and over again. I'd be like, I've only heard good things, or even if I hadn't only heard good things, like I've heard about this movie like my whole life and I still haven't seen it. So this is helping me. Comprising these lists has helped me comprise like a list of like what more will I watch after we finish recording tonight, you know,
Yeah.
because it's helping to focus like, okay, let's find out what else made these years great.
Yeah. Well, before we started recording too, like I mentioned, like a fun thing to do would be to just like go look at each year and be like, okay, I'm gonna watch all of these.
Yeah.
And you were quick to say like, Zach, you would be miserable.
Yes,
Uh,
you would hate something like
yeah.
that. Because I understand, like it can be fun to like peek into an assignment like that, but at the same time, this is the other thing. Going through some of these years, I'd see a wealth of titles that I think are incredibly strong, that are balanced by a wealth of titles, or I don't know, is it a deficit of titles? It makes it sound like they aren't there, but like an equal amount of titles that could bog that year down, that I could have used, you know, in an argument for like why this is a bad year. So I'm like, well,
Yeah.
if it evens out, then maybe it's not a best year, you know, in
Yeah.
horror.
Okay, now I'll go with one of mine. I mean, we've shared every one since, but I know that you wouldn't have had this one. And this was kind of like a last minute switch, I guess. I don't know. It felt more appropriate to include this year. So
Okay.
just going back a bit, I had 1978. Because you
Mm,
you have John Carpenter's Halloween. You've
hmm.
also you've also got George Romero's Dawn of the Dead, Invasion of the Body Snatchers. I mean, like who can forget the iconic uh, Donald Sutherland? Uh, yeah, at the end.
If you're not watching on
uh,
YouTube, we just did Donald Sutherland's
the
face in the
face. Just go
movie.
look up the GIF. Like just Google it, and then Veronica Cartwright and her like down.
Yes, love her
Um,
so much.
no, I don't like this movie, but Jaws 2. Uh, Piranha. I've never actually seen Piranha, but Piranha
Joe
is on
Dante,
there.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, his Jaws parody. Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of this movie, but I Spit on Your Grave.
Mm.
Or I think the alternate title is Day of the Woman. Uh, we've got Eyes of Laura Mars.
Oh, Faye Dunaway, another
Um,
Faye. Yeah.
another another Faye of the Woman.
Yeah. She
Yeah,
sounds exactly like she does in Mommy Dearest, too. I remember
yeah,
watching it and I was like, oh, it's like Mommy Dearest, but with thinner eyebrows. She's just.
yeah. Something called Magic. It looks like it's a ventriloquist dummy
I think I've
situation.
seen that one. I feel like I've
Yeah.
seen that
Um, Damien, Omen 2,
one.
which I mean,
Mm.
if we're gonna talk about Omen 3, we gotta,
Why?
yeah.
Why me? It's fun.
Yeah. So I mean, there's not like a wealth of titles like there were in 80 and 81, but I thought, oh, Faces of Death, which I've also never seen. Apparently they're remaking it.
Oh.
And we know that there's like a billion movies of it, or sequels, because what was the line in Scream 2 when Joel is like, I came here for an interview, not to film Faces of Death 14. And Gail famously says, don't fuck with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Who was in the OG Faces of Death? I don't remember. Was there
I
someone
think,
of
well,
note in it?
Faces of Death, I think it's just sort of like a documentary. It's a collection of death scenes. So it's not, I don't know if there's like a cast.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Kind of like
like
Terror in the Isles, that one that
I
uh
mean, Adolf
uh
Hitler is listed as being in the cast. So
Okay, so there's probably footage,
yeah.
like archival footage of Hitler making a
Yeah.
speech and shit like that about talking about horrors in our time. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
interesting.
Oh, The Evil. I don't know this movie, but the key art looks familiar.
Oh, yeah, no,
Yeah.
I remember the cover of the VHS box for The Evil. A lot, that's another thing with a lot of these. I remember being in the video store and I look at the cover art that they have on Letterboxd. They'll be like, I walked past that like every time we went to the video store, and I was too scared back when I was young enough to be too scared to go into the horror
Yeah.
section, but still kind of it beckoned me, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, all right. What's your next one?
My next one is 1982.
Wow, surprise, surprise, because I
I know we
also,
agree on
yeah.
things. It'll
Yeah.
end soon,
It's
but
gonna end soon. It's gonna end soon. Yeah.
but let's enjoy this while it lasts. Because
Yes.
I just listed, even though it wasn't my favorite, I remember thinking like, yeah, I'm gonna watch this again. Alone in the Dark, Amityville 2, Possession, because that's the one that has, speaking of Mommy Dearest, Rutanya Alda, who plays Carol and she she's the mom in it, and it's just one of the most batshit movies you've ever seen. It's got like domestic abuse, it's got incest, it's just everything that the first movie isn't, in that
Everything you
it's
could
not,
want.
yeah, it's not
Yeah.
serious, it's neither serious nor boring. So
Hmm.
there you go. There's Basket Case, little cult favorite, and I've seen it and I love that movie. One that I haven't seen that I want to, but it is notorious for being one of the sexiest horror movies ever. Cat People, the remake from
Oh, okay.
1982. One of my favorites, Creep Show. A
Well,
movie that
Creep
I
Show. I mean, like
come on,
that's like in
that's
and of itself is a
that
huge deal as
that's
well.
my baby. That's my
It's
baby.
your babes.
That gives me
I
life.
still remember it's what's your favorite segment of
Oh
that?
my God, don't do that to me. Oh my God. I mean, fuck, the Bedelia. Oh, where's my? I mean, that's amazing. But then I also
Yeah.
love
The
Adrienne
Leslie
Barbeau.
the Leslie Nielsen one.
The Leslie Nielsen one with the fish
Yeah.
people. That's what
The
I
fish
called them when
people.
I was a
Yeah.
kid, the fish
Yeah.
people. But I
Yeah.
love Adrienne Barbeau with her just call me Billy. Everybody does. And I with the Yeti. And then of course, oh my God. See, I can't choose because then there's also like the last one with the roaches and everything.
Hmm.
And in the sanitary, and with E.G. Marshall, that was the actor who played the
Yeah.
old miserly, horrible man. And then, of course, I mean, for me, there's not a weak point because the fifth one is not in a row, but the one we haven't discussed yet is the Stephen King one, where he's Jordy
Oh,
Verrill, where
the
the
grass
yeah, the
growing out of the
meteor lands in
yeah.
his like farmyard and he pokes it and gets it all over himself, and then
Yeah.
he start turns into like a, again, kind of like a green mossy yeti by the end of it.
Yeah. Well, we've also got for 1982 John Carpenter's The Thing,
100%.
which is at the top of the most popular list
That makes
here.
sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's at the bottom because I wanted to save the best for last, but
Well,
um
otherwise you're just going to be reading them all, and I'm going to be left here like, what? What do you think? Okay, here. What do you think is the next movie after that for
ooh,
second most popular?
next most popular. It's
Popular.
and it's not one that we've mentioned yet.
I don't believe you have.
Is it Tenebrae?
No, I wish.
Okay,
It,
Poltergeist. Is it
yes,
Poltergeist? Okay, that makes
Poltergeist.
sense.
Yes, Poltergeist is and that's the thing. It's just like there are so many like huge movies this year that you would
Yeah,
think like that would be the most popular, but no. Like if Poltergeist had come out any other year, it would be the most
right.
popular, but because it came out the same year as The Thing. And
Yeah.
what's crazy is like The Thing was just not well received when it first
No.
came out. Like this is all later in the year's popularity.
Yeah, people going back and seeing like, oh my gosh, what were people thinking? This is actually pretty great. But
Yeah.
that's why you can't. That's why again, I can't really trust my first reaction to something when I leave the theater. Let me house it for a while and then go back and go, oh wait, I didn't see that the first time.
Yeah.
Also, other movies like that one that I will never see again, but I still just have a burning question to ask Barbara Hershey about if I ever meet her, The Entity, just to ask her why. Why did you do that movie?
I've never seen it.
She has to
I
be,
got it on the shelf. Never seen
yeah,
it.
no, she basically has simulated assault from a ghost like on screen several times throughout the movie. And the only thing
Wow.
I can arrive at as a possible answer is in any other movie, she'd have to do that with another person or multiple people, and it was all just her. So maybe it was about being in control. It's also the year of Friday the 13th, Part 3. Love
Mm.
that. Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
It's the year of the threes. Yeah.
Yes, it is. The
Hmm.
House on Sorority Row, good fun. Pieces, gross. I love it, you know. And oh, Wes Craven, Swamp Thing, and Slumber Party Massacre, a movie that I saw as a child called The Sender, that creeped me out. I don't know if it would today, but I want to see it again now. It's making me want to see it again. And I mentioned Tenebrae, and of course, that's the same year. It's not a movie, but they did a capture of the original production of Sweeney Todd with
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury and George Hearn, and people get killed in that.
I
So, and it
love
got
that
released
you
that
see
year.
this is why like I wanted to like interject because you just like quickly glossed over my favorite movie of all time,
I'm
Tenebrae.
s-
Um,
go for it.
no, that's the thing, because like for me, like I see a Tenebrae and I'm like the thing like has to be the like my favorite movie of that year, and then of course like you have your baby show up there.
Yeah.
So like that and like Halloween 3 as well. Like that's the I mean I'm much more favorable to Halloween 3 than I would be Friday the 13th Part 3. But even with Friday the 13th Part 3, even though that's not one of my higher ups, it's like that's a memorable fun movie that
Yeah.
is like endlessly quotable.
Also, you
Um
could get your 3D glasses and sit with a pretty well packed audience, get your popcorn and just, laugh and scream together
mhm.
back in the day. Like that would be
Shelly's
fun.
dead.
And if you
Uh
laughed, you probably wouldn't be alone.
Yeah. Did we mention the New York Ripper? Never seen it, but
No, I haven't seen that one.
yeah,
No.
it's on there.
Okay.
You did mention House on Sorority Row, which
Yeah.
I saw for the first time recently because we talked about it because we covered the remake
Yeah.
um, recently. But yeah, I mean, just like this is another stacked year. Like the early '80s were
Good.
they were good, real good.
Period.
Yeah.
No, but you're right. And again, I hope that it's not just nostalgia, but again, like these are like the titles that I'm looking at, and I'm just kind of this is when I really started to blossom, like like I would go title after title after title after title and go, oh, I want to go back and watch that in a movie theater.
Mm.
And yeah, and just so many titles. Like I'm saying, drop me in that year, point me in the direction of a movie theater.
Yeah.
Chances are something's going to be playing that I want to see.
And key art, like the key art is just phenomenal
Hmm.
all across the board.
Do you
So
have a favorite one from? I mean, is it The
my
Thing?
favorite, I well, the thing that the key art for the thing is just phenomenal.
Hmm.
Um, I think I don't have that poster in my apartment here, but I mean like I should have it. The how I really like the Halloween 3 key art,
Oh
like
yeah,
that reddish orange sky and the silhouettes.
of the kids, the trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
I like the poltergeist key art is also really nice. And I mean like I love the Tenebrae thing with like the woman with the like her neck back and the hair and the cut on her
yes,
throat and even like looking at like the Slumber Party Massacre, like all these hand-drawn
I know.
movie posters like House on Sorority Row, you just
Hmm.
don't see it anymore.
No, those days are gone. I remember even the entity kind of like got me, which I mean it's just Barbara Hershey's face like looking up, if I remember correctly, but it's like it's the movie. Like that's the thing. If
Yeah.
these are just like finding epitomal images that just kind of capture the spirit of basically what enterprise you're going to embark upon. And yeah, it'd be nice to feel that way again. I don't honestly. I'm trying to remember. Like I guess I mean I'm like weapons is kind of memorable because it's just a kid running right in silhouette.
Well,
Isn't
there's
that the?
three of them, and they're in the pose.
Is there three of them?
But
Okay. See, I don't even know.
whatever, I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
You had there's something you wanted to talk about with weapons because you were messaging me. Did you want to?
Oh, yeah, just off topic for a second, because I just started noticing more and more I saw criticism from members of the LGBTQ community.
Mm.
More and more people seem dissatisfied and are speaking about it with the depiction of the gay characters in weapons. And I don't want to go in depth because I don't know, who's seen it and who hasn't. But
Yeah.
and they didn't particularly strike me one way or the other. I just kind of went, "Oh, okay." I didn't cross my arms and go, "I hate this," but I also didn't go like, "Oh my gosh, that's me." I just kind of felt like, "Oh, these characters are gay." Okay. And but when I put it to you, you didn't seem all that upset that people were begrudgingly kind of
Well,
like taking weapons to task on anything,
I mean, I
right?
wasn't like I was confused about like what is the criticism?
Overall, it's just about like it feeling kind of arbitrary to make the characters that way, and
Mm,
not necessarily because I think that this is usually an argument against inclusivity, but so it's not necessarily the argument that like, well, why do they need to be gay? But it is that like, I guess people feeling like just like they were made gay just for the sake of being gay, as opposed to it feeling right, it feeling authentic, it
yeah.
feeling like they were like members of a community and you could believe it. The vibe. A lot of people were just kind of like, I don't know one gay couple that acts this way, like that kind of thing.
Well, I mean, because there's it's a double-edged sword. You could look at that and
Yeah,
just be like, well, they're just throwing in like a gay couple arbitrarily just to like it's almost like a checking off a box and being
right.
performative. And on the other end, it's just like, no, it has to be like contextual to the plot that they're gay. And then it's like, well, like
Yeah.
why? Like what's the point of that? Like why can't there just exist gay people? I didn't nothing really struck me other than the fact that we were like halfway through the movie and suddenly like he was grocery shopping the principal character whatever from the Marvel movies with
Mm.
Benedict I forget the actor's name. Um
Benedict Cumberbatch?
no, I know his name. The guy who's like his sidekick. Um
Oh,
that's
oh,
that
no,
actor.
yeah, that actor. I can't remember
Yeah.
his name right now. I get it.
Um
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, he's in the grocery store with his boyfriend and he's like picking up like Fruity Pebbles and, Cinnamon Toast Crunch or whatever. It's just like, which one? And picking it, it's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, it, it, it established him. And then a few scenes later, they were sitting down to have their weird platter of like seven hot dogs and
Yeah, what?
cookies and chips and carrot sticks and dip and whatnot. It's
Also, Amethyst brings up one of the gay characters was a principal when teachers can't be gay publicly anymore. I guess, says Amethyst. So maybe that's something that
is
some
that a
people are
thing?
taking umbrage with, huh?
That's a thing.
Um, it's my country.
Oh, okay. Moving on.
Yeah, let's just.
Moving on.
Anyway,
Um,
I
no,
asked
no,
Zach, do you think we, missed the boat or something? And he's like, no.
the yeah, no, well, because yeah, you were talking about weapons we did last week. So yeah,
Yeah.
I don't find anything. I mean, of my grievances with the movie, and it's not like I have a lot of grievances. My here's okay. We have like a fun little like weapons chapter in the middle of this episode. And this is like sounds very irrational when I say it out loud, but in my heart I know it's true. The thing that I like, because I'm not one way about weapons or the other. Like I think it's just like I think it's whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't love it. I don't hate it. But the fact that people are like so like this is amazing, blah, 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 I like that annoys me. Um, so
Mm,
that's my own like irrational hatred of like the status quo, I guess.
okay.
But I mean, but I can call it out. I'm say like this is not normal for me to feel that way. But it's whatever. We all have
Yeah.
our favorites and whatnot. So I think that of all the things, like I could care or I couldn't care less about the gay characters or the depiction or even like their presence in the movie. It's just like it's another whatever. There's so many things in that movie that don't matter, and that is just one of many. So
Yeah.
I ain't offended.
Right. So thanks for indulging us, kids.
Yeah, sure.
Huge tangent.
Mhm.
You want to go next, or shall I?
Yeah, I can go next.
Okay.
The next year I chose was 1987. Do you have that one?
I do not. I
Ooh.
know.
Was it like on the list before you whittled it down or
Uh, honestly, no.
okay. So
But
this is
from what you'll name, you'll understand like what I would have. Yeah, go on.
yeah, I mean I'm surprised
Yeah,
because this is the year of Dream Warriors,
right, exactly.
Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Hmm.
We've also got Evil Dead 2, which is at the top of the list
Hmm.
here,
Hmm.
followed by Hellraiser, followed by The Lost Boys, which I'm not like particularly,
Me neither.
big on.
No.
But I know that it has a huge cult following.
Yeah.
Dream Warriors is after that. Then we have The Witches of Eastwick.
Love it.
Yeah, we've got Prince of Darkness, John Carpenter's, which is not, I don't love that movie, but aesthetically, there's something I do enjoy about it. Like it
Uh-huh.
has its own personality. It kind of exists in its own sort of world and just like thematically what's going on in there.
Sure.
It has the John Carpenter vibe. It's just I don't think
Sure.
that the script is it's not on par with The Thing or Halloween.
Mm.
Dario Argento's Opera,
Mm.
which we covered last year. It's dumb fun. I
Yeah.
quite enjoy that movie, and that was a huge inspiration for our macabre, like Eric and myself. Bad Taste, never seen it, but I know the
Yeah.
poster.
Yes.
We've got Stage Fright, which we did
Mm.
cover as well, which another Italian movie. Love that one with
Hmm.
the owl
Oh.
masked killer. Yeah, like the dance troupe locked in
Yeah.
the theater overnight and just getting killed off one by one.
Yes.
Um, Jaws: The Revenge. Never seen it,
Mm.
but
Oh dear God. No.
it's not helping the year, but
No.
it's in there. The Stepfather, which I
Mm.
didn't, yeah, whatever. It's not wasn't anything uh, too special to me. I Creep Show 2, which I've never seen.
Oh, I like Creep Show
Mm.
too.
The Gate. Do you remember The
Yeah.
Gate?
I didn't see it.
Okay. It's been a while since I've seen that one. What else do we have here? Oh, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. It's garbage day. How does he say it? Because that was more of like a
Garbage day.
that's it. I was doing like a Chucky as
Yes.
preview.
There's more
Garbage.
mockery,
No, he'd be more
mockery
like
in it.
garbage day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A garbage day.
Garbage
Yeah,
day.
it's more sarcastic and modeling.
Yeah, we've also got a movie called Anguish, which I'm sure many people have not heard of, but it's got Zelda Rubinstein in it.
Oh, lovely.
Uh, it's I can't remember where I watched it. If you could find it, like it's weird. And she's amazingly weird in it. But it's a silly little movie. Um, House 2, the second story.
Mm.
I just remember that line in Scream 2. I saw this for the first time recently. Flowers in the Attic, which is not by no means like
Oh.
a favorite or anything, but
Ugh.
yeah,
Incest. More incest. Yeah.
it's very incesty, but
Yeah.
it's got Christy Swanson
Very young in it,
of
yeah.
original Buffy the Vampire Slayer
Mm-hmm.
fame.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, American Gothic. Never seen it, but I know, remember the poster, the key art
Sure.
for it. Yeah. Um, anyway, do you have any opinions on this year?
I thought it was an incredibly strong year. The problem was I also saw a number of titles, like I said, that I have seen that I was like, oh
Mhm.
no, no, no. As much as I would love to buoy this year up, I think there are others that just have a little bit more. You couldn't just drop me in 1987. It would be a little bit more of a gamble that I would love. Maybe whatever I'd walk into any Cineplex to behold. So no,
Yeah.
sorry, Craig. I have never seen The Gate.
Well,
You have
Craig is
seen.
also mentioning Fatal Attraction, which is it is a
Mm,
1987 movie. I guess like that's under thriller because I'm just looking up under horror, which
hmm.
I would include here as well. Like it's in the horror family. We talked about Fatal Attraction.
Right.
There's also Dead of Winter, which is another like not widely seen film. It's got Mary Steenburgen in it. It's actually
Oh,
a really quaint little thriller.
okay.
Highly recommend it
Nice.
if you can find it. I know I had to pay a pretty penny to get the Scream Factory out of print Blu-ray of it.
Right.
And also this might speak more to you, and I know it's nothing uh, to write home about, but Bates Motel,
Oh,
the
the TV
made-for-TV.
movie.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Lori Petty though. Gotta love her. Also, Amethyst is saying Hello Mary Lou, Prom Night 2,
Oh, Prom Night 2. Hello, Mary Lou. Yeah.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yeah.
And and Brianna saying Blood Diner, craziest
Blood
thing
Diner.
I've
Never
seen in a
seen that one.
while. Yeah, I haven't seen that one. Oh wait, no, I have. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, I forgot that I'd seen it though. So, 87
Mhm.
doesn't make my list, even though Dream Warriors does. But that's the thing. It has to be more than just like, a handful of films. It has to be like,
And
how well would I do this year?
Evil Dead 2 and Hellraiser isn't doing it
Those
for
are
you.
great too. No, those are great
Yeah.
too. But that, like I
Witches of
said,
Eastwick.
there were a lot of sequels there that I was just kind of like, oh, I can't. There's something. Well, okay,
Yeah.
I can. Are you done with your year? And then I can go into mine and
I'm done with
explain
my
why.
year. Yeah.
Okay. Because my next year, I'm not advancing forward. I'm actually going backward. It's 1985. I'm
Mm.
not quite as progressed as Zach is, but it's just because I was looking at it and I thought 1985 is a perfect example of a batshit year because we've got Friday the 13th, 5, A New Beginning, which we all know that I love. It has the OG Fright Night. It has Romero's Day of the Dead. It has Ghoulies, which if I fucking love. I saw it For the first time, actually, just a couple years ago. I think actually might have been like just post lockdown, one of my first movie nights with friends, and we did a double feature of Ghoulies and Critters. And Ghoulies, we had expectations on the floor, and my God, did it exceed and surpass them. So there's that. Howling 2, Sturba, the wolf bitch.
Love werewolf bitch,
Batshit! Like
also
that
known as
movie!
also known as your sister is a werewolf.
Right.
Yeah.
And then Toby Hooper's Life Force, Zombies in Space, The Stuff, which is just fucked up. Freddy's Revenge, A Nightmare on Elm Street 2, which is also just fucked up.
Mhm.
Phenomena, an Argento, which is also just fucked up.
Phenomena. Bum, ba, da, da, da.
Phenomena. Yeah. And
Yeah.
then Reanimator,
Barbara Crampton. Mhm.
Return of the Living Dead, Linnea Quigley, and Silver Bullet. I don't want to say like you could sell it by completely giving away the identity
It's a fun
of the
movie. Yeah.
werewolf.
Yeah, I like it.
But that's fun. And then, of course, you mentioned House 2, 1985, House 1. Steve Miner
Yeah.
directed the first House movie. And I believe, I always forget because for House 1 and House 2 each have members of the cast of Cheers in them. And I forget, George Wendt is in one of them and John Ratzenberger is in the other. I forget who's in what. But they're both funny. And they're both, I don't know, House is just another kind of like batshit charming, practical effect, lovely, like eat popcorn and have a good time. So
Mhm.
that I can't say anything other than that. 85 is my batshit year. It's one of them, and I think I'd do a lot better playing roulette
Yeah.
with those theaters.
Craig is mentioning Clue.
Is that a horror movie?
Well, I
I
mean,
mean,
it's within the genre family.
okay.
Yeah,
Like
you could put it in there, but
I,
it's an
I think
85.
farcical comedy, but yeah,
Farcical,
sure. Clue,
Yeah, if
Back
you
to the
would include
Future.
like
Why
Scary
not?
Movie in a list there. I don't think you mentioned Demons, which was
Oh, did
another
I forget Demons? Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
Lamberto Bava. Lamberto
One more
Bava,
reason.
that was who did Macabre, 1980. Life Force, you mentioned that one, which I'm not a huge fan of. But
Mm.
no, I'm glad you chose it. This is my birth year, so it's mm,
So I'd come VHS in tow with a basket of horror movies for
yeah.
baby Zack.
And I mean, like also just looking at the key art for everything here, it's incredible again. Like
Oh,
Reanimator, the like all of the original Nightmare on Elm Street posters are fantastic.
I can't wait for that release. Those steel books with the
Yeah.
original cover are, oh
The
my God.
Fright Night key art with the vampire face in the cloud. Phenomena with like the
Yes.
hands. I mean, even
Yes.
I
Jennifer
mean,
Connelly.
I'll even take the Friday the 13th Part 5, even though it's not the best poster of that year, with just like the red light coming out of the
The
shitty
little mask
hockey
with the
mask. Yeah.
boxes. Yeah.
The demons poster, actually the demon here's a fun fact. Demons, the key art for that is like somewhat an inspiration for the key art for Macabre,
Yeah, I
like
can see
our
that.
poster. Yeah, with the blue and the yellow.
The color story, yeah.
Yeah, even the Howling too, key
Yes.
art. And
Mm.
I think that after we watched Howling, because we did it like months ago, did an episode on that. Howling 2 is my favorite of the franchise. Like I much prefer the sequel to the original.
It's hot.
Hmm.
There's that one guy, I can't remember his name, but I was just kind of like, yes, would. I don't remember the name of the actor or even
Oh,
what else I saw him in. He was in something else.
it's the guy who played Captain America, Reb Brown.
No, not him. The other guy, the wolfy guy, the dark-haired guy. But Red
Hmm.
Brown's hot too. No, there's another guy, the
Did he
one
play
who's
Captain America? Was he the...
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah.
In like a bad maybe TV movie
It
or a
was
low
never
budget.
released. Yeah.
Something like that. He's also in
Um,
Space Mutiny, which is a
are you,
huge cult
are you
movie.
talking about Christopher Lee?
No, not Christopher
Yeah.
Lee. No, sure, would. No, it's
Fun
the guy who
fact,
like,
though. Oh,
yes.
who is it?
No, it's the guy who like gets it on with the two wolf chicks. Like, don't they have a threesome together? The guy, and he's
Oh, yeah, probably.
that guy.
But no, fun fact is Christopher Lee like notoriously hates Howling too. Like he's like, this is the worst movie I ever made.
Oh,
You gotta watch it. Like it's just it's something else. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, okay. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. We're going all the way to the 90s now, and I've got 1992, which I think everyone who's like listens to the podcast regularly, this should be no surprise to them because I've talked about how this is like such a great year.
Yeah.
For instance, we've got Dracula,
Hmm.
Francis Ford Coppola, Bram Stoker's
Bram Stoker's
Dracula.
Dracula, yeah.
We've got, I mean, I'm a huge Twin Peaks fan, not really a fan of the movie, but
Fire Walk with Me.
Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me. Death Becomes Her, which we just covered
Mm,
recently.
mm.
Alien 3, yeah, not really, you know, a more popular one, but it came out that year. Uh, Army of Darkness, which, we talked about. It's not our favorite from that franchise, but it's
Mm.
still, I wouldn't, stick my nose up at Army of Darkness if someone brought it over. It was just like, we're gonna watch Army of Darkness. I'd be like, sure.
Yeah.
Candyman, I'm surprised that Candyman is not at the top of this list, but
Yeah,
in
that's
terms of like the
sad.
most popular, but Candyman alone being here. But I mean like it's amongst such good company. I haven't
Hmm.
seen Brain Dead. I haven't seen Chronos. Uh,
Mm.
we talked about this already, but Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Christy Swanson came out in 1992.
Paul Rubens, yeah.
Paul Rubens and Rutger Hauer.
Yeah.
Was it?
He
Yeah,
took
yeah.
my arm, and
And
then ashes to ashes,
Luke
dust to
Perry.
dust. And Luke Perry is
Luke
Pike,
Perry,
and David
R.I.P.
Arquette. Little
David
baby
Arquette.
David Arquette. Put him up,
Hillary
put him up.
Hillary Swank.
Hilary
Was
Swank.
it?
This
Yeah,
happens to be the dance. Such a quotable movie. My God.
yeah.
I could do a line for every character. Donald Sutherland.
Ghost. Donald Sutherland. Yeah. Ghost Watch. Midori. I don't know those ones. Hellraiser 3. Hell on Earth, which is not.
That's fun. I think it's
Yeah,
fun.
it's fine. Single white female. Yeah. The Lawnmower Man.
Oh God, that's dumb fun.
It's been a
It's
while since I've
so,
seen it.
and it says, didn't they call it like Stephen King's The Lawnmower Man? And I found out that the short story it was supposed to be based on, at one point the creative team just decided to throw out his story completely and tell their own story, so it has no correlation
Oh
with what Stephen
wow.
King wrote.
No.
Yeah, it's
Uh,
crazy.
Sleepwalkers. Speaking of Stephen
Oh,
King,
that's fun.
with what's her face from Twin Peaks,
Oh,
Machen Amek, and
yeah,
Brian Krause. Is it
sure.
Krause from yeah
Krausa.
from for Krause.
Krausa. Not
Krause.
Krausa.
The he was on Charmed.
I didn't watch
But
Charmed.
that I mean,
I was on it, but I never watched
well, neither did I. But I've seen enough of it to know. But that's another dumb fun movie. We've
Yeah.
also got Pet Cemetery 2,
Oh, that's fun. Sad
Innocent
fun.
Innocent Blood. Never seen
Mm,
it, but I've seen that key art. Doctor Giggles, which is not a good movie.
no.
Um, they're not. I guess they're probably listed under thriller, but we've also got Raising Cain.
Oh, of course we
Brian De Palma,
do.
love that
Yeah.
movie. Hand That Rocks the Cradle,
Uh-huh, that's
also
you.
amazing. Basic Instinct,
Oh,
which I think,
fun.
yeah, which Paul Verhoeven.
Yeah, Paul
Paul Verhoeven,
Verhoeven.
yeah.
Yeah.
Sharon
And
Stone, Michael
Sharon
Douglas.
Stone. Yeah.
No Sharon Stone. Let's face it, Sid, your mother was no Sharon Stone. If it was Chucky,
Very nice.
yeah. Chucky, it can't be you. Um, what else? What are your thoughts on 1992? Also, and I know that this is not horror, it's not thriller, but it may as well be Batman Returns,
Very
1992.
nice.
Yeah.
Yes, very horror adjacent with a lot of the nods
Yeah.
and allusions, whether Tim Burton cops to it or not.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, good choice. I did
Thank
not
you.
choose it myself, but
No.
it's very you. It makes all the sense in the world to me. I've heard multiple titles that when I just hear the title itself out of context, I will think Zach Cherry. So
Mhm.
yeah, this year makes all the sense in the world to me.
Yeah.
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 All right.
What do you got?
Uh, my next one, I'm not even out of the 80s yet.
Oh, we're going back. We're going back to the
Because
80s.
again, a wealth here of 86. I
Mm.
just moved to the next year
Okay.
because I mean, even though it's not one of my favorite movies, I do enjoy it when I see it. April Fool's Day. I love Shopping Mall. I just think it, again, dumb fun. Guys in a mall. One of them is what's his name? The hottie from Friday the 13th Part
Oh, Russell
2.
Todd.
Russell Todd, thank you.
Love
And the other
him.
one is another guy who's a hottie in other things. He's the one with the great big chin. I can't remember his name. Then Critters, Wes Craven's Deadly Friend, Demons 2, which I enjoy as much as Demons. A movie
Eh,
that I have never seen before, but that I
yeah.
remember the cover art. The second I knew it was from this year, I was like, "Oh shit! I totally want to see this movie." It's a movie called Dolls. The cover art is
Ooh,
just a doll
Dawes.
with like
Yeah.
bangs and long dark hair, no eyes, and she's holding her eyes like on either side of her head. And I remember it used just
Mm.
the cover used to scare me. I know nothing about the movie. I gotta watch it, but. A movie that I've seen so many times and I never get tired of it. The Fly, Jeff Goldblum, David Cronenberg, Gina Davis. Anyway, Manhunter, first time on screen for Hannibal Lecter.
Hmm.
Haunted Honeymoon, horror comedy, but I grew up watching it. I was young enough when I saw it the first time that I was scared of it when I was a kid. And now I watch it and I just see Gene Wilder and Gilda Radner and Jonathan Pryce, this incredible cast. And I'm just like, oh my God. Oh, Dom DeLuise, one of my first drag queen exposures, plays Aunt Kate and slides down the banister and does a musical number, and it's fabulous. Friday the 13th, Part 6, Jason Lives. Not my favorite, but if I were dropped into 1986 and it were on the marquee, I'd go in and I'd see that damn movie. Maybe I'd catch whatever everybody else around me is feeling while they're laughing.
Mm.
On the other end, Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, a movie I saw once, again, kind of like The Entity. We'll never see it again because there is shall we say, non-consensual incest that goes on, and it's not fun. But that's not the whole movie. And also, be able to go from like a thing that's as woo as Jason Lives to go to like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. That's like, "Argh." There's something I don't know. I love that. Then Little Shop of Horrors. Grew up loving the movie musical and it's still kind of horror musical comedy to me. Works to this day. Would watch it tonight. Would watch it anytime. They had this on one of the lists on Letterboxd. I didn't think of it as horror, but Blue Velvet, David Lynch, and I'm like, there are horror aspects to that. Interesting. So I put it here. Aliens. I was like, how did I forget about Aliens?
Well, Aliens is at
Um,
the top of the list
yeah, I
here, but
know,
I
and it
mean,
didn't.
a lot
Yeah,
of people would argue it's not horror.
yeah. Some
But I
people would
mean,
call it like action sci-fi,
it's
but
the franchise. The franchise
it
belongs
scared me when I
in
was a
horror.
kid so much that I couldn't watch the
Yeah.
movie. Like I'd see my parents were watching it in the living room, and I'd turn toe and run back to my room because I didn't want to have nightmares.
Yeah.
Now I'd watch it any day of the week. Also, then again, on the other end of the spectrum, Maximum Overdrive, Stephen King's directorial debut. Night of the Creeps, Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, which is kind of schmaltzy, but I still like thinking that the women of Carol Ann's bloodline are all X-Men. And then, and it's also got that actor who's like, "Let me in," Kane. So then they're going like, "God is in His holy temple," and oh my God, I love him. Psycho 3, love it.
How is
Tony
that not the
Perkins' directorial
first?
debut.
How is that not the first one you
Because
mentioned?
these aren't priority. It's like somewhat alphabetical.
Yeah.
King Kong Lives, batshit sequel to the Jessica Lange King Kong movie. Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Dear God, Stretch all day, all night. The Hitcher, which I still have not seen but want to. Troll, which I saw for the first time just a few years back and thought I thought Troll 2 was a gem the entire time I watched it, and then I realized Troll is the real gem. Haven't seen Troll, 1986. Watch it. And finally, I have one of my sexual awakening movies, Vamp, with Robert Russler from Nightmare 2, getting seduced by Grace Jones. That scene where
Grace
she's like on
Jones.
top of him, I was like, what's happening to me? And why do I want to be her? For all the reasons. So, I mean, how could I not choose it when it's stacked like that? I have
Mm,
to choose that as an incredible year. So,
yeah.
any
Cool.
responses, Zach?
Um, no, I think you kind of laid it all out there.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's other years in the 80s that I prefer more.
Okay.
Like I think 85 is a better year.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I'll take it. Even 87, I think I prefer over this one.
Mm.
But it's your pick, not mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what do you got?
My next one so back to the 90s or forward to the 90s.
Yeah.
I have chosen 1998. We've got Blade, Wesley Snipes.
Yeah.
We've got The Faculty. We've got Bride of Chucky. We've got Halloween, H2O, Urban Legend. Oh, this is a weird inclusion. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island. I still know what you did last summer.
Your fave.
John Carpenter's Vampires. Um, Psycho, the remake.
Ugh.
Ugh. But I mean, but one thing you have to remember, like in this year, like being alive in this year and like everything, like there was horror that was releasing left, right, and center. And I
Yeah.
remember the
Yeah.
release of Psycho, and I remember how exciting that was. And I
Yeah.
remember like the seeing the like in the at bus stops. So every time I'd go to school and catch the bus, and there'd be that poster of like Anne Heche, and it would just sort of be like the silhouette behind the shower curtain, and there'd be like bloody, and it was and this was like December, I think, that it came
Yeah,
out in
I think
1998.
so.
So like we had already had like H2O and Bride of Chucky and I Still Know What You Did Last Summer and Urban Legends. So it was just like month after month after month of just like all of these hits coming out. So it was just an exciting time.
Yeah.
Disturbing Behavior, which I mean, you know, there was a better movie in there, but unfortunately, the studio meddling. But it's kind of
Mm.
a teen version of the Stepford Wives.
Mhm.
Um, Sphere. I don't think that was any good. Uh,
I love that you mentioned the ones that don't make your case.
I'm just listing everything because it's not just it's like the library
Okay,
of
okay.
everything like culminating in what we have. Deep Rising, which I would be interested in seeing that again. I haven't watched it in a while.
Mm.
Phantoms, Rose McGowan. That's
Oh,
another one
okay.
that I need to see again.
Ben Affleck,
Um,
yeah.
Species 2, I don't remember that one being rather good, but
The first one
I
wasn't any good either.
the first one is not it's not a franchise that's, anything spectacular, but I do remember the release of Species 2 because it was like I think it was like a summer blockbuster and it was a big deal because everyone was just like, "Oh, she's so hot and she gets naked," and like that was like you'd go to like summer camp and that's all anyone was talking about. And so it
Mm.
was just like it lived in the zeitgeist, it's just
Hmm.
like I just remember things like that, which I feel like that's maybe why I'm not as connected to like things now because you don't hear those conversations, not even I don't know if people are even having conversations like that in 2025
Mm.
because it might not be Politically correct. Never seen this, but Devil in the Flesh, another Rose McGowan
Oh,
joint.
I've seen the cover though. Yeah.
Yeah. The Curve with Matthew Lillard, I believe, is in it, and what's her face
Oh.
from Felicity with the curly
Oh,
hair.
yeah, Carrie Russell.
Carrie Russell, yeah.
Hmm.
I keep seeing the video on Instagram of the episode where she gets her hair cut because she got her hair cut in real life,
Uh-huh.
and it that's how the show got canceled. Um,
Oh boy.
so
It
I
was it
mean,
was a moment.
yeah, 98 really was like the year. It was like the teen horror,
Mm,
like it was just like everything that like Scream. And like the previous 2 years of just 96 and 97 with like the Scream 1 and 2 and I Know What You Did Last Summer just sort of exploded in 1998.
yeah.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
I had it originally. We didn't know that we were going to be doing his list and my list.
Mm.
Originally, we were going to try to, you know, compromise and come up with something. And I sent him a list of things, and I included this year on the roster to offer to you because I thought it would be the most appealing. It was for you. It was not for me.
Uh,
But
Thank you.
I was moving into other directions this particular year. But I can go back. I mean, it's not. It doesn't mean I don't love, you know, films that I've seen that year. But it's not one for me. Like
Yeah.
there's a handful of movies that I really really like from that year, and then the rest I'm like, somebody else can love these. It's fine.
Yeah.
Somebody else will
We've
find these and they'll make them happy.
Yeah, we've got some horror adjacent movies added to this year as well. Craig mentioned Apt Pupil.
Mm.
Darla mentioned Practical Magic. Craig also mentioned Practical Magic,
I
and Eric.
I have a hot
Uh,
take. I've never
yeah.
liked Practical Magic. I tried. I love Nicole Kidman. I love Sandy B. I haven't seen that movie in over 20 years, so maybe I need to give it another shot, especially now that the sequel's coming
No,
or the
there's a
requel,
sequel. Sandy
whatever.
B and Nikki K.
I had every reason to love it because I'm like, oh my God, two actresses I love doing something spooky and they're playing sisters and
Yeah,
witches. And I
yeah.
watched it and it just, and the craft is better. The craft is better.
Craft is better. Yeah. All right. What's your next one?
I'm going to take us 10 years back
All right.
to 1988. And I'm just
Okay.
going to read titles and react to them because that's probably the fastest way to do this. Child's Play! Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. Tina! Tina! And then Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, which has, you know, a bloody, bloody, bloody Julia being even fully realized as the evil queen.
Hmm.
And then a movie that I just revisited recently and realized like it scared the shit out of me as a kid and it just traumatized me as an adult called Lady in White with little Lucas Hawes.
Lady in White.
No, no. But it's kind of about nostalgia, or not, but not nostalgia, about like anti-nostalgia. It's
Mm.
kind of a case against the stories we tell ourselves when we idealize our childhoods. And it's just got all this. It's got ghosts and racial tension, and it's amazing.
Hmm.
I can't watch it all the time, but it's a good movie. Then I've got Nightmare on Elm Street 4, Dream Master, the first of the real MTV, you know, like
Yeah.
Freddy's the Star movies. Horror adjacent, but Elvira, Mistress of the Dark. You drop me on a street and I see a movie marquee where Elvira, Mistress of the Dark is playing. I'm running in there because I fucking love her. Night of the Demons, one of my golden babies.
I
And
want to
Linnea
look good
Quigley.
for the boys.
Yeah, right. Did you buy enough stuff? I love Linnea Quigley in that movie.
You
She's
guys got any sour balls?
yeah, right. What are you looking at? Don't look at me. Don't look at me. Anyway, even though it's not the first one, Sleepaway Camp 2, there's lots of fun to be had there. Fright
Hmm.
Night Part 2, another sexy kind of cat people-esque movie.
I've never seen
Pulp,
it.
I saw it a long time ago and it makes me want to see it again. Um, I don't want to say anything, but Poltergeist 3, okay, fucking talk about like insane, batshit fun nonsense, like with Zelda Rubinstein and with the I can't remember Heather, the name of the actress who plays little Carol Ann, Heather
O'Rourke.
O'Rourke, thank you.
Yeah.
I mean, they're the only two holdovers from it, but we've also got Nancy Allen from Carrie, Tom Skerritt, and from Twin Peaks, Laura Flynn Boyle. And you want to have some fun, play a drinking game with something that has a low alcohol content. And just take a sip, not a shot, but do a sip every time they say, Carol Ann! You will be wasted by the end of the movie. They Live, John Carpenter's film that I still love to this day. Dead Ringers with why can't I remember anybody's name anymore? Jeremy. Fuck.
Irons.
Irons. Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about another movie to like go. Yeah, tell me. I couldn't think of another one. But yeah, Jeremy Irons playing twins. Serpent in the Rainbow, Wes Craven's failed kind of really didn't age well like voodoo movie, but when you know the story of like what went into the making of it and everything like that, it's kind of a fascinating historical art piece of like everything you're not supposed to do. And then Critters 2, kind of same deal as the first Critters, but a little bit more fun, and Terrence Mann is in it. Love that. Another Critters was a Gremlins ripoff. Another Gremlins ripoff was a movie called Hobgoblins, which is a cult movie that's got a budget of $50 basically. And it's people who can't act. It's people puppeteering things that don't look real. And whenever the hobgoblins attack, it's just basically people throwing puppets on on community theater actors. It's fun. You should Mystery Science Theater watched it. You should watch it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space. So much fun. And the Blob remake. Not perfect, but help me out. What's her name from Saw?
Oh, Shawnee.
Shawnee Smith.
Shawnee.
A young Shawnee Smith who deserved
Shawnee.
better than this movie, but I still watched it a lot as a kid because I liked the fact that the Blob all of a sudden had these tentacles that could reach out and grab people and burn them and stab them and shit. That was fun. And of course, Pumpkinhead for just the Stan Winston practical effect. Like, fun. So much fun to be had. The answer's in my answer.
Yeah.
Any response? Yeah.
Did you get, because you listed so much, did you get all the sequels, like the big three?
I got the Nightmare on Elm Street, I got Halloween, and I got Friday. Yeah.
Friday, yeah.
I said all those.
Return of the Living Dead 2, part 2?
I didn't want to add that one.
Oh, okay. No, fair enough. Killer Clowns, not my
I said that
jam,
one.
but yeah,
I said
okay,
that
cool.
one, yeah.
The Vanishing?
No, because I haven't seen that one yet.
Neither have I. Well, yeah.
Okay. Should watch that.
I was adding things that I hadn't seen. In the comments, there was a mention of Beetlejuice.
Was he 88?
I believe so.
Okay. Oh my God. Then yes.
And
OG Beetlejuice, 100%. That wasn't on my list.
Heather's was mentioned as well.
Ooh, see, I didn't think about it as a horror movie, but I'll take it. If you guys greenlight it, put it in my list. Put it
Well,
in the
then
list.
in that case, I'm going to add Wild Things to 1998.
Go for it. What year was Cruel Intentions?
That was 99. But that was Jawbreaker as well. Yeah.
Oh, okay. There you go.
Which I
there you go.
much prefer. Yeah, I mean 88 is a good time. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot going on here. And key art is pretty good. Not as great. Because I'm looking at the Halloween 4 one, and that key art always pisses me off because
It's a lie.
It's a lie. It's like an alternate Halloween 1 key art, and I don't know if you're doing 89, but that Halloween 5 key art is chef's kiss. The New Blood key art is really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I'm just talking about key art. You're like
I like well
Man.
no, but I get it. It's just kind of like I
Yeah.
like the way the cover looks, so I want to watch the movie. But that's the
Yeah.
way that's what attracted us to movies when we were coming
It
up.
was.
Like
Yeah.
that's what told you. That was one thing that was nice about when I finally kind of like started finding lists on Letterboxd because I found
Mhm.
a few on IMDb, I found a few on Wiki, I found a few in a few other places, and I was just comparing
Yeah.
and contrasting. And when I started to discover lists on Letterboxd, every single one of them, like IMDb, had
Yeah.
the cover art there, and it sometimes I would look at a title and it wouldn't spring anything to memory, and then I would see it alongside its key art, and I'd be like, "Oh yeah, that I've seen that."
Yeah.
So sometimes images speak louder than words.
Evidently Heather's is 89.
Oh, well then
Yeah.
take it off. But
Yeah.
love
Take it off.
love
Yeah.
Heather's. Wish it was 88 because then I could just put it in my list.
Yeah.
But I'll take
Um,
Beetlejuice. I'll take Beetlejuice.
cool. Okay, well, I'm going back to the 90s now.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say 1999. This was
Ooh.
a pretty big year. I mean, not one of my favorites, but The Sixth Sense is the most popular,
Oh, okay.
according to Letterboxd here. After that is The Blair Witch Project,
Uh-huh.
which I mean, I, for the fact alone that that sort of, you know, I guess created the whole found footage
Yeah. Subgenre.
subgenre
Yeah.
in and of its like, we wouldn't have the paranormal activities if it weren't for Blair Witch. Sleepy Hollow, which is not really one that I watched it recently and like, it's
Yeah. It
yeah,
looks gorgeous, and
yeah,
I love the atmosphere they create, and I love the score. The script is kind of the weakest thing about it, I think.
yeah. Um, I'm like wondering why did I pick this year? Um, Audition, which I'd have
Oh,
to watch that again because
okay.
I don't think I appreciated it the first time I
Okay.
had seen it. I've not seen Existenz. Ninth
Oh,
Gate. It's been a while since I've seen that one too. But then we have Deep Blue Sea, which is just a lot of
that's
fun
fun.
for
Yeah.
shark movie. We've got Ravenous, I've never seen, but Idle Hands is 1999.
Mm.
Lake Placid, which, I'm like going through this. I'm like, why, really? Why did I pick 1999? The Haunting, The Haunt.
Oh
I think,
no.
I think
No.
that, no, no, The Haunting is not good. I think the thing is like something that I'm noticing right now is that like this is the year of like doubles. Like
Yeah.
because we've got Stir of Echoes, which is amazing. I love Stir of Echoes. I think that
Mm.
Stir of Echoes is incredibly like so much better than The Sixth Sense. But the
Mm.
thing is, Sixth Sense came out first, so Stir of Echoes kind of got lost in the shuffle, and it just was
Mm.
sort of like considered like a rip off of it, even though it's just
Right.
like it was made at the same time, like they couldn't have known. You've got House on Haunted Hill, so like haunting House on Haunted Hill. Obviously, I love House on Haunted Hill, so that's one that
Yes, you do.
you
Yeah.
know, I would pick. So yeah, again, there's just this duality. And we have Stigmata, which I think I saw once, but then End of Days, which I think is hilarious.
Is that
Um,
Schwarzenegger?
it's Schwarzenegger and Gabriel Byrne
Okay. Oh, that's an
As
interesting pick.
Satan. Yeah, Robin Tunney from The Craft is in
Oh,
it as
fun. I
well.
love
Yeah.
her. Yeah.
Yeah. You never saw End of Days?
No, I never saw that because I thought it was
I
just another
mean,
Schwarzenegger movie, and I don't
oh, I
partake.
mean, it's Schwarzenegger if he did like The Omen or like just
Oh,
I mean
okay. Did not know that.
it's not like The Omen, but it's of that
But something
ilk.
with
It's like
Satan, the devil.
yeah, yes, yeah, absolutely. Actually, I kind of want to watch that now that I'm
Oh, that's
looking
fun.
at it. Um The Rage Carry too.
Oh God,
Um
no.
God, why did I pick this year? I don't
Do you want to rescind your decision?
No, because I feel like I've already done. The thing is like even though I don't love a lot of these movies, like they're very noteworthy, and I'm trying to be fair, but I think if I had to do it again, I probably would have like picked maybe 88 or 85
Oh, I see.
instead. But Yeah, I'm just looking through this to see if like am I missing something that I would have um liked otherwise. And no, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. What are your thoughts on 99?
I mean, I liked the first few ones that you mentioned.
Yeah.
To my shame, I haven't seen Stir of Echoes. I know the cover art because I sold it in Suncoast back when I used to work at that video store. And I remember shelving the DVD and the VHS for that, so I remember what it looks like. I know that Kevin Bacon's in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's the star. Well, I guess I mean like here's the thing, because I said there has to be like multiple movies that I really like, and there's at least five, like Blair Witch Project,
Yeah, I like Blair Witch,
Deep
yeah.
Blue Sea, Idle Hands, Stir of Echoes, House on Haunted Hill, End of Days. Like that's six movies, right there. So maybe I'm just being a little too hard on it. I
Is there
how
anything else
is
if you
the
scroll lower? Anything else?
well, usually not because all the popular ones are that people have seen would be closer to the top. I what are your thoughts on the Ninth Gate? I haven't seen that in a while.
I don't remember anything about it. That one's Johnny Depp, though, right?
Polanski, yeah.
Oh, I there was a period where Johnny Depp was doing like kind of like heady stuff. Like I remember like a couple of years later he did God, it was based on another Stephen King short story and I can't remember the name of it. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? It was like I want to say like Rear Window, but that's not it. No, but what shit. But no, I have no answer to your question. I don't remember. Do you remember anything about Ninth Gate?
No, no, it's that's another
Okay.
one. It's been a while since I've seen it. Also,
Yeah.
Jawbreaker,
Yeah.
Darla's mentioning.
Okay.
So yeah. No, the chat's not frozen. I just didn't have it scrolled down.
Brianna saying
Um,
really liked Ninth Gate. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so Brianna really liked it.
Well, good.
Well, was it Secret Window? I think that's the thing. And then
That was like 2000s though. That was
yeah, but early
yeah.
2000s, like he did something. I think it was like straight to DVD or
And
something.
Secret Window is like it's a movie or a book that's been like made into several different movies of like different names. Like it's
Right.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah, but I
But what
just
is
remember like Johnny Depp was really, scratching his spooky itch at this time, and I kept waiting for something that was going to be on par in my estimation because I remember thinking his best performance. I think I still think his best performance is as Ed Wood in Ed Wood.
yeah.
I
Ed
really
Wood.
enjoy watching him in that.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood.
Ed Wood is
Secret,
truth.
Secret Window 2004 says Brianna. Thank
Secret
you.
Window. Oh, it's directed and written by David Coep, who also did Stir of Echoes.
Oh, I think it's
He
Cap.
also did Coep.
Cap, I
I like
think.
Coep.
Coep.
And he did like the Jurassic Parks
Yes, he
and
did.
the more recently Presence, I believe.
Presents.
Presence, which
Mm.
was directed by Soderbergh.
Oh,
Steven Soderbergh.
wow.
Yeah, I really liked that one. It was like a more art house paranormal activity, we'll say. You know,
Okay.
it's
Yeah, it's a year I wouldn't have chosen because, like I said, like I don't remember what else was released in '99, but I was
mm,
opting out of uh, a lot of mainstream horror and leaning into not even horror, but just like leaning into probably more art house fare, or at least indie, if not art
yeah.
house. Like I spent a lot of time. We used to have a theater out here on in West Hollywood called the Sunset Five. Now it's called something else. It's where I saw Superman 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago. I don't know. Whenever I saw Superman,
Superman.
but they used to show predominantly, if not only, like indie flicks, and I basically would just camp out there and just see everything around this time.
Mm,
For like the late '90s and the early 2000s, that was where I was really getting fed.
yeah.
Yeah, didn't get back into mainstream horror for a couple years, which is why we moving forward.
Yes,
Um,
please.
my next year, we're gonna jump forward to 2007. You're not gonna like
Jesus.
this.
Just bypassing the 90s altogether.
Yeah, because in 2007, and you're not gonna like
I already
this,
don't know.
the first I listed was Rob Zombie's Halloween because I can't help it. It's not one of my favorites, but I will always watch that movie. I will always have stuff to say about it. I will always find other people who, no matter who has seen it, everyone who's seen it has a perspective on it. Even if it's complete dismissal, like that is passionate. I don't know anybody who can't talk about that movie who has seen it. Let's put it that way. So there's one. This is where like I don't know, kind of like my argumentative genes are kicking in. Because also there's Hostel Part Two, which I'm not a big torture porn person, but I remember watching Hostel Part Two and thought like I liked the first Hostel, but it wasn't like one of my faves. And then when I saw Hostel Part Two, there was something about the arc. I was like, oh my God, you actually kind of got a character I care about, and it felt like things were at stake. And I was watching dismemberment that I had never seen on screen before. And also my girl, shit, what's her name? Randy's sister in Scream 3.
Heather
Help me out.
Matarazzo.
Heather Matarazzo, thank you. Isn't that
Yeah.
the one that she gets tortured in?
I mean,
Perfect
they all get tortured.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, yeah, that's the one where she, and then, okay, there's another movie, The Orphanage. Holy shit. I remember I watched it with my best friend, and she doesn't watch horror movies usually. She was actually on her way out. My sister and I were going to watch The Orphanage together, but she wanted to wait until like the sun went down and it got cool because it was in summer. Sat down and watched like, so I'll watch like the first 15 minutes with you. Sat through the whole thing with us, screamed with us when there's a particular moment where a little game of hide and seek's going on. And oh my God, it was just so fucking good. Then Paranormal Activity. I am a huge fan of the first Paranormal Activity movie. I watch it to this day. I cry. I get scared. I'm never bored. So that's a good one for me. Then there's the first of the Rec movies, like the Red Dot
Record.
REC.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, I fucking love that movie. I tried to watch like the US adaptation of it, Quarantine, and I did not like it at all.
Mm.
It's all about Rec, baby. And then there was, oh my God, a movie called Teeth. They based a musical on it that is now closed in New
Mm.
York, but it was actually kind of, I heard, loftier and more fun. But it was almost kind of like when I saw Teeth, my sister, who does not like shit that has sexual assault in it, was like, you know what? Let's watch it. I'm like, okay. We pulled it off the rental shelf. We watched it that night, and we both were sitting there kind of going like, why am I getting Carrie recall? Like it's still got like this young teenage girl who's innocent to the world and just wants things to be easy, and you start rooting for her, and she starts to discover she has this power, and but by the end of the movie she's a completely different person, and it's like fuck yeah. I would watch that movie right now. There's Trick or Treat. Fucking love that movie. Anthology with like I have such a visceral reaction to every one of those stories. Then there's another one that's like kind of uh like some people hate it, but I really cards on the table. I love Wrong Turn 2 Dead End because it's disgusting.
I don't
Because
remember Wrong Turn 2.
it's the one
What's
that
that?
Joe Lynch directed. I think it's kind of the only of the original run of Wrong Turn movies that I can, ironic to use this word, stomach, because or like I can sit through it and I get sick to my stomach, but I don't know, there's something about its brashness and the way it depicts like these inbred mutant people and it just kind of takes what was set up in the first movie and just says, you know what, let's just do it all. And it's so gross, and I don't know, it just keys into something with me.
Mm.
Then there's I mean, I didn't think of it as horror, but it was on someone's horror list on Letterboxd. So Planet Terror. I mean, you know, there's people with a virus and they're all scratching at the door and shit. So there's that. And Rose McGowan with that fucking leg.
Yeah.
Love it. Resident Evil Extinction, the third Resident Evil movie. I think it's my favorite. And
I think the
yeah.
first one is my favorite, but that's my second favorite.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, first one, I think it's just because it took a while to get going. Third, I feel like it just kind of picks right up and then takes me with it.
But the
Um,
thing with the third one is that it requires you to have like you have to see the first two
That's true.
to have like you couldn't just like go into the third one by itself. Like you have to have that trilogy, as it
That's
were.
true. But I enjoyed the ride more. And also just something
Yeah.
about the aesthetic is just perfect with those black crows and everything. Anyway,
Hmm.
and then the final movie that I had actually forgotten about this. It's one that I just saw called P2. It's all about, I won't give anything away. Let's just say it's all in a parking garage over Christmas and someone's incapacitated. Wes Bentley's in it. I thought it was so well acted, so well shot. I only saw it the once. I want to see it again. So,
It's funny because I saw that for the first time back in maybe it was December or
yeah.
November. Did not like it.
Makes sense.
Really didn't like it.
Aw.
I just there was just a lot of issues that I had with it. But I also won't get into it. Is that were those all the movies? Because
Those are
I
all the
have
movies that I have
yeah.
listed.
Did you say 28? 28 weeks later.
That's why I didn't say it because I didn't really care
Yeah.
for that sequel. It was fine. There were some good things in it, but it's
S
not gonna
Sweeney
help my case.
Todd.
See,
Yeah.
I like the stage version. I mean, it's a
Yeah.
fine movie. I like the way kind of like with Sleepy Hollow. I like the way it looks, and I love
Yeah.
Sondheim's music. I'm a Sondheim stan, but no, no.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm just looking at the things that because I see more things that I don't like than I like. Like it's been a while
Mhm.
since I've seen The Mist. I don't remember particularly loving it.
Okay.
Paranormal Activity, I'll take that. Saw 4 was not one of my
No, that's why I didn't
preferred
say it.
sequel. Well, but I'm saying it right now. Funny Games remake. I
Uh,
think just stick with the original, which I've never
yeah.
seen actually. You mentioned Planet Terror, but I don't I just lump that as Grindhouse.
Right,
So that
right,
would be
right,
the way it was released with Death Proof.
right. Which is not a horror movie.
Did not like 30 Days of Night. We covered that on the podcast. Alien versus Predator Requiem. I think
No.
I saw it the one time.
But 30
Uh,
Days of Night I could take. I would actually put that on my list because I'd watch it
yeah.
again. It's fine.
Dead Silence, I liked in theory, but maybe not the movie itself. Hannibal Rising, could never finish it. I did like Teeth.
Yeah.
It's been a while since I've seen it. Vacancy, I saw more recently, did not like
Oh
it.
no, Luke Wilson and Kate
Uh,
Beckinsale. Yeah, that was a piece of shit.
there was a Hills Have Eyes too, like the
Yeah, never,
sequel remake.
never even saw
Yeah,
that one. I liked. Well, I didn't like. I was
yeah,
very. I thought the work on the first remake was to be commendable, and then I asked someone who I trust, should I see the second one? Because
yeah.
I was kind of traumatized by that first remake, and he said it's so much worse than the first one. I said, okay, then I
Yeah.
won't. I won't do it.
We've got Diary of the Dead, I think, which is like a found footage
Right, which I
Romero
still haven't seen. I
thing.
haven't seen that
Yeah.
one.
He like started well, he started like a new trilogy with Land of the Dead.
Right, right, right. Which I
The
did like.
Hitcher remake, never saw. Rogue, which was like a alligator or crocodile
Oh, I
movie.
remember that one. I didn't see it though. No.
I Know Who Killed Me, the Lindsay
Oh,
Lohan one.
Lindsay Lohan!
I've
Yeah, put that
I've
one on my
never seen
list.
it. I've never
It's
seen
so
it.
bad. It's so
Yeah.
bad, but
It's
it's
got a
fun.
2.07 rating.
It's bad.
Mother speaking of bad, Mother of Tears, the long overdue
Oh, the Argento?
threequel that
Right.
follows Suspiria and Inferno. Um, yeah, I mean, I feel like there's just more not good than Return to House on Haunted Hill. Yeah, this there's it's too much of a mixed bag for me.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Hmm.
There was enough. Like the things that I like about that, like I really like. And the more titles I looked, the more I was just like, yeah, I'd see that. Yeah, I'd see that. Yeah, I'd see that.
Yeah.
So again, you drop me in the year. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 movies listed. So chances are, any month of the year you drop me, there's probably going to be something playing in
Yeah.
Cineplex that I'll go see. So yeah,
Okay. How many years do you have left?
I have 3.
3? Okay. Well, you
Yeah.
better go again then, because I just
Okay.
have 2 left. Yeah.
So the next one, this 2009, just 2 years later, I have horror
Okay.
adjacent, Coraline, horror adjacent, but it is
Ha
creepy as fuck when you
horror.
find out
Yeah.
when the other mother kind of reveals herself.
Mm.
And then I have Drag Me to Hell because I still have fun with that movie.
Mm.
And I think I saw, didn't the Romani woman, like the who plays the old, like, quote unquote, like, gypsy woman in it,
She
didn't she
passed
just
away
pass
recently.
away?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So then Friday the 13th, '09, which it's not my favorite Friday the 13th movie, but I still will sit and watch it
Oh, I
and just
love
kind
it.
of,
Yeah, it's a lot of
yeah,
fun. Yeah.
I mean, it's way more watchable than I
Say
think it
hi to
gets credit
mommy
for.
in
In
hell.
hell! Yeah, it's great. And I love that she hated having to say that line, and they
Yeah.
still made her say it. Then we got RZH2, Rob Zombie's Halloween 2, which, prescriptions. But even the theatrical cut, I'll watch because I don't know. I know there's a lot of people who don't feel this
Yeah.
way, but there's something about watching Sherry Moon Zombie with that damn white horse, and it thinks it's so creepy, and it just isn't. And
You've just been sleeping.
I just laugh.
She's just
I
Pamela
just
Voorhees
Rob
in this
Zombie would probably
universe.
hate me while if he had to watch me watch his movie, he'd probably
Yeah.
hate me, but I don't care but I
Eh,
watched it over and over again and I have such a good time with it.
yeah.
And then okay, and also I think the first I forget how long the opening sequence is, but it's about a half hour, maybe a little less, little more. But
Oh
whatever the
boy.
opening sequence is, the dream sequence where she's in the hospital,
Oh, it's
I
not
think
that
is
long.
I think whatever it is,
Yeah.
lengthwise, I think it's the finest example of Rob Zombie's talents as a filmmaker. If you pluck out, Joe Chill from Batman Begins sitting there going, over the dashboard. If you take that out, it's perfect.
Yeah.
So anyway, then we got Rec 2, because I saw the sequel and I was just kind of like, oh my God, this is just as good as, like, this is like two movies. Like, this is just as good as, or one movie. Like, this one fits perfectly with the first one, and it added a new element of something that the first one
Hmm.
alluded to but didn't. And I was like, that's what's going on. It was so good. Then we've got, this is kind of a guilty pleasure, the remake of The Stepfather. The only reason I like it
Penn
is because,
Badgley.
because, yeah, he's kind of hot because he was the young guy, right? And the
He
stepfather,
was the Jill Schoelen of the movie.
okay. And
Yeah.
then,
Jill Schoelen was in the original. She was
oh,
like
okay.
yeah.
Okay. And
Yeah. They
then
just gender swapped.
I just remember watching, like, the vibe between the stepfather and the stepson. There was something about it that was hot, and it always seemed like they could have kissed at any moment in that movie, and it would have made sense. So I liked it. So I put it on my list. And,
Hmm.
it's not a good movie, but I had fun with it. House of the Devil, which I absolutely do like that movie. That's Ty West. Love that. And even though I don't love it, it's a cultural touchstone that was referenced by the likes of South Park and whatnot. It's Human Centipede. And I think the first one is probably the most watchable of that trilogy. So
Ugh.
if I were
Yeah.
going to encourage anyone to see anything, I'd be like, watch the first movie, see how you do. If you
Yeah.
can't make it through that movie, don't bother. But and then after that, Jennifer's Body. Fucking love that movie more and more as every year goes by. OG Orphan, which is a fun ride, and Saw 6, probably still my favorite Saw movie.
It's my favorite. We're in agreement on that. I
Yeah.
think it's the best one.
And the Sorority Row movie, which I only just saw like a month or two ago, and love. I want it to be part of, like, my watching cycle now.
Mm.
And finally, Zombieland, which I haven't seen since I saw it, like, maybe, God, like, now what year is this? 2009, so probably about 15 years.
Yeah.
And when I remembered Zombieland, I was like, oh, I forgot about that movie. I would totally watch that again. Kind of horror comedy, but the cast was solid. I thought the work was solid. Everything. So yeah, I would go, drop me in that year, and I'll go
Mm.
see a movie. So there you go.
Yeah. Um, did you mention The Uninvited?
No, because I couldn't remember. I saw it and I couldn't
Yeah.
remember if I liked it or not.
It's very because I saw it not recently, like a few years ago, maybe 3 years
Okay.
ago for the first time. I liked it. It's very much like th that movie exists. Like you've seen one, you've seen a dozen, but I
Okay.
don't know. I liked it. It was, Elizabeth Banks was in it as a
Right.
sketchy stepmother, but
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that one. Obviously, love Orphan
Yes.
and Saw Six as I mentioned, and
Hmm.
yeah, I think that Friday the 13th, '09 is, it's on the upper echelon of the Friday movies for me. But oh, there's another Macabre that came out this year.
Right. Yeah.
Um, yeah, and just like Last House on the Left remake, My Bloody
Uh,
Valentine remake.
I
Yeah,
mean, I can have dumb fun with the My Funny Valentine remake, but no, Last House on the Left remake.
yeah,
I had to sit through that because it was a free screening that employees were kind of expected to show up to be a de facto, when I was
yeah,
working at Universal, to be like a de facto test audience. And
yeah.
I had to look down during the scene and just wait it out. And I was looking at my friend who I was sitting with, like, is this honestly still going on, this sequence? Like, I thought looking away might help, but I can still hear it. It's, ugh. Anyway, go on.
Yeah. Yeah. You didn't, I don't think you mentioned The Final Destination, which we just covered recently.
No, I'd go
Yeah,
see it. Nah.
yeah, but it's, pretty basic, which is how I feel about a lot of the movies here. There wasn't a lot of flair or originality I'm seeing in this year. And if there was, it was like not good originality, like Human Centipede. Um, but then there's, like, and there's some diamonds in the rough. But yeah,
There's something for everyone.
yeah, fair enough. Okay, I'll give one now.
Okay.
We're going back in time now. We're going to the year 2000, which you already kind of blew my load at the top of the episode.
Well, you can mention what you
Oh,
favor in that year.
yes. Well, let's just list things off here. We got American Psycho. We've got Final Destination, the
Hmm.
original. We've got Scream 3. We've got Ginger Snaps, which, I seen it more recently. I think it has some pacing issues, but there's still a lot that I love about it. It's a Canadian production.
Catherine
Catherine
Isabel.
Isabel, yeah. The Cell, which I've been meaning to watch again. It's been a hot minute since I've seen that one.
I still haven't seen it.
What Lies, oh, you need to see the
Okay.
Cell. Yeah. What Lies Beneath? I
Mm.
mean, just just in it. I was watching a movie last night that kind of reminded me of What Lies Beneath. Like there's just very few similarities. It was Hide and Seek from 2005, the Robert De
Oh, okay.
Niro, Dakota Fanning one, which I had not seen in 20 years. And I was looking because I was looking at 2005, and I'm like, I haven't seen that. I should watch it. I don't think that I would pick this year. And I
Mm.
watched it, and that like made me decide like, no, this isn't good.
Mm.
But it's just like a similar situation of like them living in the countryside and like this potential storyline of like are the neighbors the problem or whatever.
Sure.
But yeah, what lies beneath is just, it's got that old school, as you said, like it's a women's picture,
A woman's picture,
a women's
yes.
picture, and
Like the
yeah, I
Joan
think,
Crawford films of yesteryear.
and it just and just the innovations of just like how they used digital effects in that one to kind of like implement the things that Hitchcock would have wanted to do
Mm.
cinematography wise, I think was really cool. So yeah, I love that one. Hollow Man, which is just endlessly entertaining to me. Paul Verhoeven, Elizabeth Shue,
That walk she
Kevin
does.
Bacon. She was in hide and seek, and it's not good. Like they completely underused her. And I'm just watching it and I'm like, Elizabeth, you were in Hollow Man like 5 years earlier. Like, why are you doing this? Um, I have not seen this one, but Cherry Falls, Brittany Murphy.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've heard of it. I
Yeah,
haven't
I
seen it.
I need to see it. I'm Book of Shadows. I've actually never seen it, but
I have. I'm not a fan, but some people are. There are.
Yeah.
It has a
I,
following.
I know that Hellraiser Inferno has a following. I don't really care for anything after the first four, personally.
Right, right.
Dracula 2000, which is not good, but it's like the Wes Craven era, like it's Wes Craven Presents, so it has
Oh, okay.
that vibe to it. But I don't think that the execution was all that great. Urban Legend,
Mm.
Urban Legends Final Cut, which I mean, I need to watch that some more because like there part of me really enjoys it, but then I see all the flaws and I'm just like, well, that just pisses me off. But it's still a fun ride.
It is.
Yeah. So it just I didn't really give a lot of attention to the ones at the top of the list because those are like the big ones, like the American Psycho, Final Destination, Scream 3, The Cell, What Lies Beneath, Hollow Man, like just those, that string of movies
Hmm.
right there is enough to
Very strong.
uh, push this to, one of my top 10 years.
I get it.
Yeah.
And it was in my honorable mention, so obviously I feel
Yeah.
akin to what you're
Yeah.
feeling, just not as strongly.
Not as strongly.
I prefer this next year that I'm
Yes.
gonna say. My next year is 2014. Um,
Mm.
and this one had, interestingly enough, like some of them had less, but I was just kind of like, but still, like there's something about the strength of these all teamed together and kind of like the direction that they put horror, or even just the indicator of where horror was, and it felt healthy. Like 2014 is the year of the Babadook. It's the year of A Girl Walks Home Alone at Night, which is still one of my favorite vampire
Mm.
movies, just because of like the way the filmmaker, she drifts with the characters, and all of a sudden you're scared and you don't know why. Then there's It Follows, which I was like, oh my God, I need to see that again. I haven't seen it in a few years, and I really like that movie. Another one of the Paranormal Activities, it's the fifth one, the marked ones, which I remember I watched with expectations on the floor, thinking, because I wasn't a huge fan of the fourth one. The third one got a lot of things wrong. And I thought the second one, a lot of people preferred to the original. I did not. So I was like, okay, this franchise is just kind of, jerking itself off at this point. And then I saw the marked ones and I was like, thank you, Chris Landon, because all of a sudden it was like all you had to do was tell a different story,
I think it's
change
the
the
best of the franchise.
I think it shares the mantle with the first one. Honestly, you could watch the first one and then watch the fifth one, and it would make, well, it wouldn't make perfect
Mhm.
sense, but it
You got to
made,
see
it would
three.
make
Yeah.
it would make enough, yeah.
Yeah.
And you have to see two because there's a character from two who's introduced in five. But if you have me sitting next to you, I'll tell you who she is. But no,
Yeah.
there's something about the fifth one, just yeah, the vibes, and also the fact that it walks this wonderful line of like balancing the horror with just the experience of being around these people and making me care about them. And even when I'm not being scared, when I'm watching someone be destructive, it hurts me. Like, I like that. After that, another kind of found footage movie, Creep, with shit, Mark Duplass. And again, it's got this incredible, like, it's just homemade. There's not like a terrible, a lot of like, in the way of cinematography per se, but they play with the camera. I love him as an actor, and I also kind of love the fact that the entire time you're walking a tightrope of your own social anxiety with that movie. And I think there's a series now on Netflix that I have to watch. So there you go. And I saw the second movie. Is there a third one? I don't remember, but
No
if there is,
idea.
I have to see it. But I like the first two movies. Then after that, another Wreck movie, Wreck 4 Apocalypse. It wasn't the best of the franchise. I thought it was stronger than three. And also there was a really, really hot actor in it again. So, I mean, sorry for my weakness. I'm only human. Um, this was on someone's letterbox list. I never thought of it as horror, but the more I thought about it, I thought like, well, it's thriller and there's tension and there's a threat to your safety, your physical safety. So The Guest is another one with what's his
Mm.
name from
Downton Abbey.
Downton Abbey. Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Dan
guy.
Stevens.
Dan Stevens, thank
Yeah.
you. Looking fit as fuck, so good for him. And then being scary as fuck, so really good for him. After that was a movie I streamed off Netflix called Housebound that I hadn't thought about in a long time until I saw it in someone's list, and I was like, "Oh, I really enjoyed that movie." So, and then The Purge: Anarchy. I like any of the Purge movies, so that's a good uh, year to be in. And then finally, horror adjacent, like horror comedy, but using elements of horror. What We Do in the Shadows. Fucking love that
Mm.
movie. Such a fun time. So yeah, that's any rebuttals?
No, I'll just say that my favorite of that is the marked ones.
Oh,
And that's probably my favorite
nice.
horror of that year because I've seen It Follows a few times, and I mean like
Mm-hmm.
it's good, but it's not like one that I have a lot of fun with. I have not revisited The Babadook.
Oh,
I don't know if you mentioned As Above, So Below,
I
which is
didn't
like
mention it
a
because
found footage.
the
Yeah.
first time I saw it, I remember I was kind of lukewarm about it, but it has a following, which
Yeah.
makes me want to revisit it and see, did I miss something the first time?
There was The Town That Dreaded Sundown. I don't know if it's
Which
a
I have not
remake or a
seen.
sequel,
It's a
but
remake, and I haven't seen it.
I kind of want to see it. But
I'm
yeah, no, I don't.
curious.
I have nothing else to say about
Okay.
that year. So I'll just give you my last one here,
Okay.
which is 2001. And this is the year of The Others, which
It's a good movie.
I'm not so
Oh,
hot
I
on, and
love
I
the
think that's probably
others.
because I like knew about the twist before I went into it, and it
Oh, so
also,
sad.
yeah, and I think just based on like that, it just felt like another Sixth Sense scenario to me, although it was
Oh.
more of a period piece.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I couldn't get into it, even though I love Nicole.
Okay.
Hannibal, which we've torn to shreds, but there's still something so innately entertaining about. I mean, we can do the Mason Verger as
Yes.
Courtney from
Yes.
Jawbreaker all the live long day. Um,
Said I could do with a little kink. Now suck it and see. Or
fucking
get
shit.
out. Yeah, he would say that.
Yeah. uh, oh, Jeepers Creepers, which I really enjoyed the first half of that movie. I don't really care for, anything after
Once it's
that. And
revealed
then,
who he is, what he is.
well, once like it starts to get a little silly, because I think that like it was doing the horror really well. Like I think like all the stuff with the in the truck and then like searching down into like the sewage pipe and all that. But once they
Right.
like get to the diner and like the cops are going after them and he like swoops in and like decapitates them and is like sucking the face off of
Eating the tongue, yeah.
yeah, just like like this is it like pacing wise and just like
Okay.
and just story wise, like it just kind of fell apart. And then they get to like the police station at the end and it just felt like it was going through the motions. But like the
Mm,
first half of that movie, fantastic. Um haven't seen Itchy the Killer. Ishi the killer.
mm,
Jason X,
oh.
which not one of
I
my
mean, I had a good time with it
favorites.
the last time I screened it. It's not one of my
Yeah,
favorites either, but I had the best time I've
yeah.
ever had seeing it most recently with my little box set here. So there's that.
Fair. 13 Ghosts, which I mean,
I
love
mean,
that movie. I think just from a like art direction standpoint, it
mhm.
is magnificent. It's 5 stars. Where's the Academy Award for that? Just the design of the ghost, the design of the
Mm,
house. Not much on the story front. Like we covered that episode really early in our run, but there's just something so aesthetically pleasing about it from a perspective of horror that I really love. So it's just the Dark Castle in general. Um, Possibly my favorite horror movie of 2001 is Session 9, which we also talked about. Just a really creepy,
right.
atmospheric asylum
Yeah.
movie. I could watch that all the live long day. Um, Frailty, which I've never seen, but it's talked about a great deal. I want to see it.
Yeah, Sarah's
It's
saying Frailties in her top four movies of all time
Yeah.
here.
Sarah has been pushing Frailty for a while.
Good for you, Sarah.
Yeah. Keep pushing, keep pushing. It'll happen one
Go
day.
for it.
We've got also haven't seen Brotherhood of the Wolf. I do own it though. I should watch it. Ghosts of Mars, which is by no means a good movie. It's actually a pile of shit.
Is
And I
that Val
watched it
Kilmer?
recently. It is no, it's speaking of species, it's Natasha Henstridge and
Henstridge. Okay.
Ice Cube. Uh
I love him.
Pam Grier is in it. Jason Statham,
Oh, wow.
Clea Duvall. Like
Oh, I
it's got
love
a
her.
great cast. Also Joanna Cassidy is in it
Oh,
too.
great.
Yeah,
She's
but
amazing.
great cast, but like I don't know what this
No, it
movie
doesn't.
is.
It didn't work.
And like John Carpenter was like he was trying to do a I guess sort of like a Western, but like a science fiction Western. Like he always loved to like, or he still does, I'm sure, like just blend genres. I don't know if like it's probably on par with vampires. You might enjoy it more than vampires.
Okay.
Um, but it's yeah, and this was kind of like his last big studio film too. I think this is like the end of it for him.
Yeah.
But I mean, I fell asleep watching it, but I was reading things that he was saying about it, and I guess he's just like people just don't get it. And like in in the way that he would. And it's like, you know what? Like fair. I think that like you really have to be about that to
Right.
understand it.
Is the chat
Um,
frozen? We're getting inquiries.
is the chat frozen? It very well might be. But why don't I also mention do there we go, it's fixed.
Okay.
Uh Valentine, which I mean Valentine.
Oh,
L
gorgeous.
love that
Yeah.
movie. I think that it's really the last of the Scream run, in my
Yeah.
opinion, of just sort of
Yeah.
that the everything that we're talking like everything that was happening in 1998 with like the faculty and the
Hmm.
urban legend and the I know what you did and I still know and all that, and it's sort of this is where it fell apart, and I think that this is a movie that's definitely been reevaluated, but what is it? You said it's like the like Melrose Place horror.
Uh-huh.
Um, there's also Soul Survivors, which we're not gonna talk about that.
We
Oh,
did on the old pod.
we did.
That was
Bones with Snoop Dogg, also Pam Grier.
oh
Catherine Isabel is also in that one. I
yeah.
saw it once upon a time. I don't remember it. Sleepless, Dario Argento. It was like one of the uh I mean he's made many movies since, but I think that was like the last one that I really loved,
Okay.
which was released 2001. And I'm just looking at what else we have here. Not really seen a whole lot, but like the ones that were really good, like I really loved. Oh, From Hell, I don't remember. It's like a Jack the Ripper.
Oh God,
Yeah.
no, I saw that one with Heather Graham and Johnny Depp doing his
Yeah.
kind of like spooky late
Horror.
90s, early
Yeah.
2000s horror
Before
thing.
he became a pirate.
And I just remember Heather Graham's accent was atrocious. And I remember thinking like I didn't know that there could be a worse movie about like a killer in kind of like Victorian England than Mary Riley, which was Julia Roberts playing the maid to Jekyll and Hyde. And it
Mm,
was a terrible movie. And then I saw From Hell. I was like, oh, there is a worse movie.
mm,
It had some interesting things they did visually with it though. So there's that.
okay.
Yeah.
I have the DVD with the lenticular
Oh yeah.
cover. But yeah, I have not watched that in like maybe like 20 years.
Eric says it's a
Okay.
mess.
What do you have any other opinions about 2001?
Just that, yeah, I wouldn't have chosen it.
Yeah.
But it makes sense. Like, I mean, I again, there's some titles that you mentioned that I'm like, oh, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
I'm on board with. It's hard because like prioritizing like quality, quantity,
Yeah.
and I just have to keep going back to drop me in that year at any month, at any time of that year, if you can time travel me. And is there going to be something playing that I'm going to want to see? Which brings me to my final year, which I chose is 2016.
Mm.
Kicking off with 10 Cloverfield Lane, which I remember I went to go see and thought, 10 Cloverfield Lane. And there's a movie called Cloverfield. There's probably no, I didn't even think about it.
Yeah.
Sat there in the movie and then I realized, fuck, this is a sequel. So, anyway, if anybody didn't know that, sorry. But it's been almost 10 years, so,
Hmm.
Then okay, this is one that I have not seen, only heard good things about, need to see it as soon as we finish recording. The Wailing. Can't remember if
Mm.
it's Japanese or Korean, but uh, I've been told since we started the pod by about six people or so to see this movie,
Mm.
or asked, have you seen this movie? Whenever I'll mention like something else, and they'll be like, no, okay, I guess I have to see it. So I threw it in. Then I threw in one I did see that I actually think is probably, arguably for me, I think it's the strongest entry in the shark subgenre movie since Jaws. Everything tries, and I think everything really kind of fails except for The Shallows. I got emotionally involved with it. I understood like the immediacy of the stakes and the risk involved and everything like that. I was not bored once, and I understood. I don't know. I was on board with it. Was Blake Lively in that, right?
I have not seen it.
Okay, I think it was Blake Lively, and
Yeah.
whoever it was, she did a really good job.
Hmm.
Then, okay, there's another one that I put up actually an inquiry for people to recommend the worst movies they'd ever seen for me some time ago, like maybe over a year ago. And what this was one of the recommends, and I watched it on Tubi. And as I was watching it, it's incredibly, again, it's gross. And it's unpleasant. I was uncomfortable the entire time, but as it was going on, I was thinking, I can't fault this filmmaking. It's actually a really good movie, and as gross as it is, I may have to see it again. And it's called Plank Face. And it's just basically a man
Mm.
out in the woods gets attacked by a man with a plank on his face. He kills the man. There are two women who obviously kind of like domesticate with the man who had the plank on his face. They kidnap the man. That's all I want to tell you. It was fascinating. I was disgusted the whole time, but I was
Mm.
fascinated, and I thought this is the worst. It's an unpleasant movie, so I can't
Okay, interesting.
recommend, but I thought amazing. So anyway, there you go. One that we just watched, I think last holiday season, Better Watch Out,
Mm.
which I had a real good time with, um, and was really impressed with the amount of, again, emotional investment that I took in hating a particular
Hmm.
character. Um, oh, and then one that I always come back to because I always want to, I don't know, I kind of feel like I always see something new in it. I think I've seen it like three or four times now. I want to see it again. Autopsy of Jane Doe, because I always get something else from it.
It's
So
a
there's
creepy
that.
movie, yeah.
Yeah. And then there's the Belko experiment, which I remember again just feeling the immediacy of the stakes. And it's not outright horror, it's more just kind of like the horror of us as a human experiment. Like experiment is the operable word, but just like in a controlled situation, how are humans going to react to
Yeah.
one another when certain what's the word I'm looking for? I guess levels of built-in levels of safety are threatened and taken away. Are we going to continue to be the good people we think we are? Then there's another one that I think gets lumped in with its sequel a lot, but I actually have a lot of fun watching it. I don't think it's the best film, but I like watching The Boy, the first one. Um,
Love it.
and another one from a franchise of which I am not enthusiastic, but this is probably one of the strongest entries in it, The Conjuring 2. I can watch that movie and I can have a good time with it. I can even get scared at moments
Hmm.
as long as there's not like a CGI what's he, Slender Man, or what's, I don't, the thin whatever it is,
Yeah.
the that guy.
Yeah.
But the other things are scary. Then there's Don't Breathe. Jesus Christ. Love that movie and
Mm.
love the surprise. If you don't know, watch it. Um, a movie that a lot of people crap on, but I actually had a really good time with, The Forest. Thought I was on board the entire time, and I spent the whole time kind of wondering. I guess it's kind of anticlimactic at the end, but I wondered why is everybody hating on this so much? Um, Hush with John Gallagher Jr. and that actress whose name I can't remember. Kind of like a Wait Until Dark, but with a deaf actress or a deaf character rather than a
Hmm.
blind character. And again, edge of my seat. Love the inventiveness. Was on board the whole time. Another one I have not seen yet, but it keeps being recommended to me, The Love Witch. So I need to see it. I want to see it. So there you go. Um, this sequel, totally, wasn't expecting it to be any good, and then Ouija, Origin of Evil.
Prequel.
Oh, prequel. Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
So, and it
Well,
had Lin
that's
Shaye in it.
Mike Flanagan, who also did Hush.
Right. So I'm just
Yeah.
kind of like, so obviously, I don't love everything Mike Flanagan does, but I will give him the benefit of the doubt. Like, this is why the only reason why I'm not completely thumbs down on the next Exorcist movie, because it's like, let's see what he does. Then there's so many. This is why, because there's just too many. There's Phantasm Ravager, the fifth one, that again made me weep because they kind of paid a reward to the fans who had followed the franchise up until that time. And even as someone who hadn't followed it over the years, I did watch them from beginning to end, each movie. And by the time I reached the fifth one, it was just so gratifying. And I thought, I really hope they don't make, if they do like a remake or a reboot or something like that that is not connected to this, maybe I'll be okay. But this
Mhm.
cycle is over, and it just ends so beautifully. It really just moved me. There's footage on my Instagram. I have an old video of me crying, talking about the moment that made me cry. There's again The Purge, election year. Love The Purge. We'll watch any of those movies. That one was fun.
Still haven't seen a
Um,
single one.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I wonder what you think about the first one.
Oh.
I don't know if it would hook you. We'll see. Um, then there was the movie Raw about the girl who develops an appetite for human flesh. That's all I want to
Mm.
say. Good movie. Split. M. Night's, in my opinion, M. Night, because people thought he came back with The Visit. I think he did, but when I saw Split, I was just kind of like, okay, he hasn't done this in a minute. I really liked Split, in spite of all of its kind of like problematic things as far as like depictions of people who are mentally ill and everything like that. The performance that we get from Professor X, what's his name?
Oh, James McAvoy.
James McAvoy, thank you. I can never remember his name.
Yeah.
Um, is stellar. And of course, then we get our beautiful, wonderful Anya Taylor-Joy. And then finally Train to Busan. I
Isn't Betty
mean,
Buckley in
Betty Buckley's in it too. She
this?
plays the
Yeah.
therapist in Split, not in Train to
Yeah.
Busan.
Yeah.
And Train to Busan, like I'm not big on this
I
kind of
still
like
haven't seen it.
apocalyptic. I'm not big on the apocalyptic thing, but they're see it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's I don't know how many titles that is, but that's a bunch, and it's like, okay, yeah, drop me in that year. Whatever I see, I'm gonna get
Yeah.
something. So there you go.
I haven't seen it, but also the Terrifier, the first one,
Did
came
I
out
not?
that
Oh,
year.
oh, I skipped it. I skipped it. It's in my list. I did have it because this is the thing. I know you haven't seen it, and I know there's a lot of people who don't like it. This is the thing about Terrifier, because we're probably not going to cover it on the pod. Um, particularly the first one. First time I saw it, I was just kind of like, this is a waste of time. Although there are some things that work. And then I came back and I watched it a second time, and I was like, what's wrong with me? This is yes, it's exploitative and it's gross, but there's practical effects. There's a good actor giving a solid performance. And you know what this is? It's not perfect, but it's exactly what I would have loved. If I were in third grade the year that Terrifier got released, or any year subsequently, and I'd come across Terrifier, I would have been all about it. I would have
Hmm.
been all about the grossness. I would have been all about. Also, I still think that Art the Clown, in and of himself, is a creepy entity. And if I were anywhere in the world and I saw him, I'd be ready. I'd be like, okay, well, I'm gonna die. And I'm just gonna have to hope that he gets it over with sooner rather than later, because he strikes me as someone who likes to play with his food. And yeah, I still haven't seen the third one. I liked a lot of things about the second one. I've heard the third one didn't quite happen. Like it's good, but it's still people are still
Well,
like
I
going,
mean,
"Come on."
financially it happened,
Yes.
so
Yeah. But people are still like,
uh,
"Come on, Damien Leone, we're all rooting for you." And I'm part of that camp. I am rooting
yeah,
for him.
Roten, yes.
Keep making your movies. So there you go.
Um,
Sorry I missed it. Sorry I skipped it. Wow.
yeah. Oh no, I was just going through them here. Lights Out, which
Wasn't
Love
crazy
the
about that one.
love the short film. I don't
100%. Yeah.
it's a perfect example of like something that works as a short film does not work as a feature because it's like it felt like okay, we're gonna take the short film, but then we're going to like add a lot of filler around it. And it's
100%.
like an 85 minute movie and it feels like 2 hours, and that's not great.
Yeah, and arguably, I'd say the opening sequence is a different version of the short film, but less effective with more money.
Yeah.
So why would anybody want to do that? Yeah.
Yeah. Have you seen The Void?
No, I haven't seen that
It's
one.
I mean I need to watch it again. It's interesting. It's like Lovecraftian.
Mm,
And I remember just like it's like visually there's a lot going on. I don't remember the story really hooking me,
mm,
but I would check that one out again. Still have not seen Blair Witch,
okay.
whatever that situation was. Thoughts on Resident Evil, the final chapter? And then I think that's
I saw it, mm.
yeah.
and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's sad.
Yeah. We didn't talk about this last week, but Zach Kreger Weapons, his next movie is going to he's I guess rebooting Resident Evil.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I think he's an interesting choice. He's a good choice for
Yeah.
that. Sure, why not? Let's see.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I think that covers it. So we're now going to mosey on to I guess a special edition of the Cherry Picker.
It's not like we kill people on purpose.
So we don't have, I guess, the necessity for a cherry on top this week. So we're just gonna go right into the last week's cherry picker, which was weapons.
Yes.
So this was really close. This is really close. So
Ooh.
last week I nominated gas station clerk, which there's no picture of, so it was just like not pictured on any of the things. You nominated Paul Morgan
Yeah.
across Patreon, Instagram, and YouTube. The final vote was 160 for gas station clerk and 146 for Paul Morgan.
Wow.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
very close. Wow. I can't wait to hear these comments.
Lexi Machinsky, bruh, the gas station clerk is such a good pull.
Yeah,
That's
it
why I
is.
picked him, yeah. Uh, Welshman. I don't remember the clerk. The cop made some dumbass decisions, but I don't think he really deserved to die, though.
Okay.
Alex is lame. I'm going with Paul and saving the gas station clerk only because the clerk made me laugh. When I read the nominations, I immediately remembered the gas station clerk and had to think for a minute about who the hell Paul even was. Such a wasted chapter of the movie. P.S. Eddie, say ambiguity however your heart desires.
Thank you.
And and I agree that you could just pull that cop out of there and it would not make a difference to the movie. Bruno Salada. I voted for Paul because I wasn't the one he fucked. Also, I
What?
don't like that when
Okay,
his
so
partner confronts Julia Garner, she
uh-huh.
says he was trying to help you and you got him drunk because it implies that's what he told her to justify the cheating, which is an asshole move, but
Oh.
typically meant to evade responsibility. Also, when he asks James, "Do you have AIDS?" Like,
Oh
you can't
God.
justify being that misinformed about HIV AIDS in the year 2025, but still, I
Mm.
love when hot man exist. It sounds like a cave, but I love when hot man exists.
Yeah, I get
I
it.
love I love when hot man exists.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I love when hot man exists. That's
I think
true.
they're like men, but it's just like man.
Hot man makes it sound
Hot
more
man.
like
Hot
primitive, you
man.
know?
Yeah. That's what I said. Caveman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like it. I like
Caveman.
it. Caveman.
Uh Victoria. Listen, Victoria had some spicy things to say about me
Oh.
in the comments. I don't know if there any of that's here, but I'm just mentioning that here. Voted Paul. Voted Paul, a cab. About 20 minutes in Long Legs is mentioned, and I was so hyped for that movie only to be disappointed too. Eddie, take your
Mm.
falling asleep as a sign. Don't rewatch it. I recently saw a movie called Strange Harvest. It was only showing at one time at one theater, and when I left, I thought this is what Longlegs was trying to do. Maybe I'm
Oh.
an easy target because I don't watch true crime, but it was so scary.
Okay. Strange Harvest. I'll look for
Kellen, Paul, because I really hate his face. Also, he wasted so much time.
it.
It could have been spent on much better things. Don't just kill him. Take his chapter out.
I love that his alleged irrelevance is both an argument not to vote for him and to vote for him. I think that's
Mm.
great.
B. Spencer. Eddie is on a roll. Go, Eddie.
Well, not
Eddie, no.
anymore.
Eddie, no. Eddie Caputo.
No, Eddie, no. It sounds more like that.
Does it? It's been a
When he's running
while.
after, he's just
Yeah.
like, no, Eddie, no, don't leave me, no.
No.
It's kind of like that.
I don't know. I always think of just like, but Andy, we're friends till the end. Remember, when he tries to get
Remember?
all
Blink, blink.
sentimental. Yeah.
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 This is
Yeah.
the end, friend. Wait, now I sound like Jennifer. This
Yes.
is the end, friend.
But it was his boyfriend. Go Eddie. I vote Paul. He's a real shithead and abused his position of power. He also didn't seem to really be doing anything to actually find the missing kids. And then Blue Box says Paul abused his power, bad at his job, cheated. By the way, I was very disappointed that Gladys didn't wear a Scream 3 Gale wig.
Oh.
Ah.
Sorry, I'm reading comments. I'm
I think that
getting.
what I mean, Gladys could have like showed up in every scene with a different wig on. That might have been interesting.
Mm, I. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, yeah, that would
Like
have been.
Cher, like
But also, I mean, I think you'd have to find something equally peculiar. And I'm wondering if maybe they toyed with the idea of that none of the wigs that they had quite was on par with the look she already had. So I thought, let's just stick with this. Or
yeah.
maybe
They
something
could
would
have
be too funny, like too
they
hilarious.
should I don't think that that mattered for that movie. They should have just watched Schitt's Creek for some inspo.
Right.
Yeah.
You can also say Craig here is so sweet. He's saying that isn't this the best thing to look forward to every Monday night? Hanging out with Zach and Eddie is the best. That's so sweet. Thanks.
Damn straight.
And Adrian's like 100%. I hope Adrian's answering and not just going
Hundred,
100% for no reason.
hundred, 100%.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, 100%
all
for
right.
something. Yes, so you go
So
first.
I'm gonna go first. And I'm gonna go with 1982
Okay.
because it's, for all the reasons I said, it's just like even the movies, and I'm just looking at the letterboxd here, which is
Yeah.
everything's listed by popularity, and it's like even if Poltergeist, for instance,
Yeah.
was like in any other year, it would be at the top. But just because it's at this year, it's got so much to compete with. You got The Thing, you got Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, which I'm glad that it has such a huge renaissance. I mean, it's still rated 2.85 on here, which is ridiculous. But people like vehemently despise it, so it's just
Hmm.
lifted it up higher. Friday the 13th Part 3, Tenebrae. I mean, like Tenebrae and The Thing alone just being there, like some of my favorite horror movies.
Hmm.
Slumber Party Massacre is not high up there, but I enjoy
I do
that
too.
one quite a
I have a lot
bit.
of fun with that.
Creep Show. I think it's
Oh,
just a nice onslaught of just great horror movies at the top there. So I'm gonna go with 1982.
So the question is, which deserves to live the most?
No, the question is which is the best
Just which is
year?
the
Yeah,
best?
we're not
Okay.
killing anyone
Okay.
here. Yeah.
Good. Let's eliminate all the other years. This will be the only year. We're not saying that. We're saying
Yeah.
just what's the best? All right. I have mine as well. And I'm going to list my titles again, just to reinforce my argument. I'm going to go with 1986. Just in terms of like how well-rounded it is, just in
Mm,
terms of the volume, the number of franchises that have multiple films, the number of films that of which they're standing on their own and they're still memorable today. Like there's just a wonderful balance between April Fool's Day, Chopping Mall, Critters, Deadly Friend, Demons 2, Dolls, The Fly, Manhunter, Haunted Honeymoon, Friday the 13th, 6, Jason Lives, which isn't even my favorite, and I'm still going strong year. Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Little Shop of Horrors, Blue Velvet, Aliens, Maximum Overdrive, Night of the Creeps, Poltergeist 2, The Other Side, Psycho 3, King Kong Lives, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, The Hitcher, Troll, and Vamp. So it's just there. My head's spinning, and it's probably
spinning.
I think my year is probably kitschier than yours, but there's a charm to it that makes me on the whole, like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer is not
Yeah.
kitschy. But I think there's just like on the whole, like there's just a wonderful technicolor majesty about the films that were being released at that particular time, and they felt like what modern was. But now when you watch
Mm,
them, they feel like so epitomally 80s, like central 80s. And I don't know, there's something about that that really just takes me back to my childhood and reinforces what got me into
mm,
horror in the first place.
mm.
So yeah, there you go.
Nice. Well, I put the poll up in the live stream chat here for anyone who's
Mm,
currently here
yeah.
presently present, and wants to weigh in. But you too can vote. You can head over to multiple places to do that. First and foremost is Patreon, where even if you are not subscribed as a member, the poll is free and open for everyone to join. You can join as a free member and just show your support that way. But if you would also like to show support by giving a little bit back and subscribing and giving a little bit of money once a month, that actually
Mhm.
goes a long way in keeping, like I said, keeping the engine running, so the podcast can go on and on and on. You can also vote on Instagram. So head over to the Cherry Picker Pod. You can vote in the stories there that comes up every week. And also on YouTube in the posts section. So subscribe to us as well if you're heading over to YouTube. If you're watching this, you can also listen to these episodes. The RSS feed link is in the descriptions down below, and you can stream the Cherry Picker on whatever your preferred podcast situation thingamabob is, whether it be Spotify or
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts. I'm sure there's a plethora of them. Edward, where can they find you on the socials?
Typically, I'm on Instagram and Letterboxd. If you search under Edward is Truth, one word, traditional spelling, you'll find me. And you can look at my old reaction videos if you like on YouTube. Same handle. I think it has some numbers in there, but if you type Edward is Truth, I'll be
Yeah.
there. How about you, Zach?
You can head over to my main YouTube channel at Zack Cherry, Zack space Cherry. Instagram main account is retro bitch face, all one word. Same with Letterboxd, and Twitter is Zack Cherry 8. What do we got going on next week?
Is it the one with the ding, 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 boom, 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 boom? Is it that one?
You know what? It's just say what it is at this point.
He's gone. The evil is gone. We're doing John Carpenter's Halloween, right?
Well, not only are we doing John Carpenter's Halloween, but for the next five, I mean, not 2 months, we'll say, we're
Yeah.
covering Halloween 1, 2, 4, 5, and 6, because we have not done those yet, which will mostly get us caught up. We haven't done the Rob Zombie ones, and I know you're probably chomping at the bit to do that. But I will say that next month, because I will be in Italy, we're only doing 3 episodes, so we'll have Halloween 1 and 2, then we'll have the Patreon's choice episode, and then we'll be off for 2 weeks, and then we'll come back in October and have Halloween 4, 5, and 6, and another Patreon's choice episode. But yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening, and we will be right back.